Now you're playing with podcast.
Alright, good.
Ready?
Yep. Ready when you guys are. Alright.
We'll have an intro, so I don't have to. We can just go, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
Hello, welcome to.
Hey, everybody. I'll be your MC. Got some great
Chris.
comedians tonight.
MC Chris a lot.
It's recording, right?
Yep. Somebody say something.
Cricket.
Whoa.
What? Cricket.
What? So, Tatton and I have some special...
Super Mario Brothers!
It's loud enough. Surprised Zach hasn't come running yet.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
There we are.
There we are.
We have video that the podcast listeners can't see.
So,
Yeah. So, anybody want to guess what this is?
I already guessed. Super Mario Brothers.
Crash Bandicoot.
This is number 2. No?
No,
This
this
is
is
the
one.
first one.
This is the
Oh,
first
okay.
one.
This is the first
No,
one.
two,
Nobody
damn
said
it.
the name of the game.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ah, yes.
Ermagerd, Sonic the Hedgehog.
So, you actually have the game running, right?
This is
You
the
have
game
all the
running.
systems? Okay.
Who wants to do it?
You,
Okay,
you're
play?
better than me.
You want me to play it?
Wait, is that first version or second version?
This is the
This is
first
the first
one.
one.
Version.
No, I mean, is this the
Yeah, I know.
first
I've
print or
never
second?
found a second version ever.
Oh, what, there's a difference?
Yes.
But most people just have the first version.
Yes. pretty
What
much
is the
everybody.
difference, Sega Chris?
Oh God, are we going to talk about this?
Yeah,
they
we have
fixed a
Pinball Chris,
couple
we have
bugs,
Sega
and they,
Chris.
They fixed some animation with the backgrounds, and it's very subtle differences. And
Is there any way to
Was
tell?
it a pack-in? Was it
Just
one of
from
the
the
pack-in
outside of it?
versions?
they're pretty much all the pack-ins were version 1.
Okay, gotcha. So that at least
Version 2 came
version is more rare.
very rare. I've never
Considerably?
seen one.
If I get the second version, can I actually beat the water level?
He won't
There's your
drown.
challenge. Okay, we'll do the water level everybody hates.
no,
Okay.
no, because drowning Sonic the Hedgehog is the saddest noise.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah. Something like
I
that.
know.
Yeah, and it'll give you like a stroke before you do it too, because
Yeah.
blood pressure.
So sad.
And then you just sit there and tread water the entire time.
So this game had speed. I will say that this game had a lot of speed.
It had blast processing.
It had yes,
Like
it
double
had,
blast processing all over the place.
Double blast.
it
Double blast.
it blasted all over the place.
That's dirty.
and parallax scrolling, which apparently there wasn't games before, but I...
And Chris is
This is the first game that I
switching
saw
to the new stage because he's memorized the code to stage. The music's great.
So how many people were Sega fans back in the day, and how many people were Nintendo fans? It's kind of
Nintendo.
an eternal question.
We got a Sega Genesis shortly after they came out. My dad ended up buying Mario Lemieux Hockey with it, but we played Sonic the Hedgehog a lot more.
Yeah.
Did it come with Sonic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could only play Sega at my friend's house because I was given an NES and that was it. I didn't get another video game system until I got married.
Yeah, I didn't have...
And then I inherited it, kind of.
I didn't. We were Nintendo, like original Nintendo, and then my best friend moved away, and while he was gone, he got a Sega Genesis. Cool. And this was like the first time I had seen a Sega Genesis, so it was neat. There was a lot of speed in it, and he had Sonic 2, the Immortal, which is scary as hell, and what's the Global Gladiators with the awesome, you can do the sound test and there's farts in it. And so he had the speakers turned on and we turned it up as loud as we could and we woke up his brother upstairs and rattled the windows with a fart. It's amazing. If
But it
you're
was like a Genesis fart, so it was like this horrifying square wave.
yes.
Beautiful, not horrifying.
It's the best sounding fart Chris has ever heard.
If I could fart in square waves, people wouldn't complain about the smell. So this is stage 5-3 or 4-3.
Labyrinth Zone
Labyrinth
Act
Zone,
3.
which few people can It's like the quintessential I hate Sonic, I quit at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can purposely drown him.
Fuck this game.
Rage quit zone.
Yeah.
At the end of this, you don't actually fight Robotnik. You just have to escape a ever-rising flooding chamber.
Yeah, a bunch of crap.
Yeah, you know when Robotnik basically pieces out and says, fuck this.
Yeah.
Shit has gotten real.
Yeah. It's like, yay, we're ascending higher and higher. And
There we go.
Yeah,
man.
no, I'm done, I'm out, peace.
Yeah.
No,
Get away from me! Get the freaking duck away from me!
Get this freaking hedgehog away from me. Now we can thank...
Oh,
Drowning Chris.
Drowning! Drowning! Drowning!
no, the music hasn't sped up yet.
Drowning!
Soon.
And yet, the
Soon.
problem you run
Wait,
into.
how can they shoot fireballs underwater? What is this, bubble guppies?
Oh.
No, there's no squirrels.
And there it is.
The horrible drowning music.
Oh, he got it.
Oh,
He's out.
Jesus Christ.
Booyah!
One ring.
Thank you.
You even landed a hit on him, too.
Look at you.
Yay, seals and
Yay, happy
penguins.
seals and penguins.
Look like little ghosts.
They're
Yeah, that was
macaroni
always-
penguins.
They are.
Little things on the top.
It always,
I had a
it always
friend,
weirded me out.
My friend who was the first person that had a Sega Genesis, and he had me over to play Sonic, and he played it the whole time, and I didn't play 1 second of it, and he got in a lot of trouble with his mom.
Best fucking music ever in the Sonic. I love this music.
Starlight Zone,
Oh my
I was
god.
gonna play. But you know, this was the game that broke the monopoly that Nintendo had on the market.
He's a dick too. Look at him. This always
Looking at
pissed
you.
me off.
Yeah.
He always would like, oh, I'm 90s
got
guy.
attitude.
I'm gonna,
Doesn't he
yeah.
I would say, doesn't he
got
check his
dude.
watch?
Yeah. He's
Does he
like,
leave
oh,
it
I'm,
long enough?
yeah. Why am I waiting around for this?
Tapping
Hands up
his
laying
foot at
down
you,
too,
Chris.
with his hands on the
He's
on
what?
his head.
Tapping his foot at you.
Well, I know, but I'm just listening to the music and enjoying it.
Look, I gotta
Apparently
go
Sonic is
fast,
not
and you're
amused.
not going
Doesn't have time
fast.
for
Sonic
that.
is not.
This may be the
Julie will
first
like the
game that I
chili
was aware
dog,
of that had
okay?
This, like the character like looking at you and doing things like motioning towards you if you don't move, because like every game does that now.
Yeah, I
Every game
think
did
yeah.
that for a while.
Yeah, Sonic, I think, really like
Bubsy.
started that whole thing.
Well, I
Also,
think yeah, they
the-
started doing the awful mascots, the animal mascots.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have our tournament of NCAA March Madness of shitty mascots here coming in March, I think. But this isn't as annoying as Mario screaming "woohoo" every time he jumps in the modern Mario games.
Which is true, but he's still being a dick to me. I'd rather Mario have fun than him being a dick. Look at that.
But
He's pissed off.
But he's only
Side eye right there.
it's only being a dick if you're not playing, though. I mean, you're really kind of
Yeah,
holding
but
him
I
up.
suck. And what if I'm going to sneeze or something like that? Like, I'm going to put it down for
Yeah,
a
he
second.
doesn't wait very long to do that.
I know. It's not a very long thing. Or, like, my brother comes in and he's like, I want to play.
But it's the
And you go to
perception
hang it
of-
over and then look at that.
But it's the perception of time. It's like time moves slower for him because he moves so fast. So,
Kirby
I
does
mean,
a
it's
cool
an
little
eternity
dance
for
when you
him to have
pause.
to wait.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, that
this one.
was
Doctor
always
Who
fun.
shit
Okay.
there.
Oh no, I'm going to fall.
Yeah, and then too, they add the extra little when you get a little bit closer, he starts flailing his arms.
I think that's two
Around.
that does that.
Yeah,
one.
that's two
Yeah.
that does that. Yeah.
One.
he just
We haven't
didn't
gotten
there,
that
yeah.
far.
In
technology
Donkey Kong
yet.
Country, their eyeballs like come out of their heads and they look straight down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was it's so cartoony.
Yeah.
So okay, I did not play these games like at all. I watched my friends play them, but the music stuck with me for years. Like I can pick out the Sonic music. I've got like OC remixes of this stuff. This is wonderful with the sound chip. Hey Chris, I like the Genesis sound chip for this.
I know.
Like it sounds great. It's fast. Like it's a wonderful staple for the system.
This is something I don't think that would have been as good if it were on the Super Nintendo. I think this was
Right.
really built to take advantage of everything Genesis had to offer.
And it did a good job. Like the feel of each level, you could get a feel. Like they all had unique. You know, this is the Starlight Zone, and you know, looking at it, there's fun little stars in the background, and like the Labyrinth Zone, they do a good feel of like ruins.
I'm gonna fucking drown. That's what they did a
Oh,
good job.
God.
I always liked how the backgrounds seemed way more 3D.
Yeah.
Like it's the depth. They really, really got the depth right.
Just out of art with just on 2D.
Well, and the crazy thing is, when this wasn't a launch title, was it?
No, 2
Okay.
years after.
So was the SNES out at the time?
No,
No.
this came out just before the SNES did.
And you
So-
could buy the system and they'd mail you.
Yeah,
Sonic.
they made it a pack in, and they really went to town on Nintendo before the Super Nintendo came out and
Well, what
made
a
it a war.
huge... I mean, taking your NES, like, if you were an NES and then jumped, you didn't go to any other system. I mean, even taking it against the TurboGrafx 16, this is such a... They did a good job fleshing out the sprites and everything. They did a good job, just pulling off a neat world and a fun game.
Top 10 worthy?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'd have been disappointed if this wasn't in the top 10.
What number is this?
10.
Okay.
What's the vote count on this one?
14, I believe. Let me get my sheet. But it's...
Wow, we started with 4 votes for games. And
Yeah, but still, out of 83 people, only 14 people chose this. So none of these are...
Have we already done Sonic 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah, we
wow.
didn't combine them
So
on
the
this
only
one.
thing that could possibly get higher than this is Sonic 2006. 2006?
Yeah, so 14 votes.
Am I
2
fired?
guest votes.
host vote, or did you go for Sonic 2?
I went for Sonic 2,
Yeah,
and we did not
me too.
combine the two.
Is that
Which-
including former
Different
host vote for
storylines.
Becky? No.
Becky didn't vote for this.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm fired.
I said different storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, different gameplay and different guys. And
I think the 2-player
males.
was the biggest thing for the
Yeah.
difference
Yeah,
in that.
yeah.
Stupid tails.
I think generally for these upper echelon games, we did not combine.
Mhm.
We kind of just left them to their own devices, except for one, which we'll argue about later. You want to go to the next one?
I got my argument
No,
pants
we're
on
not going
for
to
that.
argue. There's not going to be no argument.
Yeah, good.
No,
good.
you
You
know,
have
Wait,
special pants to argue in.
Oh yeah,
do.
yeah. He's got his bitch pants on.
So did we differentiate if we added the Knuckles module onto it? So Sonic 1 with Knuckles module, Sonic 1 without Knuckles
I don't think
module?
anybody voted for
Nobody
No.
voted for that.
Knuckles.
I
That,
think
that was
we
more of a
liked
joke
Knuckles.
question than anything else.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
don't know that anybody
nerds are
knew.
taking it shit seriously.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know that anybody knew what an echidna was
If you
before.
plug in Sonic 1 into Sonic and Knuckles, then you got an actual set of bonus stages instead of an actual Sonic Knuckles and Sonic 1 gameplay.
Right. Does that sound funny?
Cricket. Tumbleweed.
Fuck off, loser.
All right, game number 9.
Chris is a Sonic purist.
Number 9.
Your nerd voice is way better than mine.
Number 9.
I can reach.
Number 9.
Oh.
I know. Let's do it all the time.
Yeah.
Number 9.
One of 3 people I know that hate the Beatles, like ever in my whole life.
Oh, PlayStation.
Oh. I like that game.
It's a PlayStation. PlayStation.
PlayStation 2.
Ooh.
What could it be?
I think I have a guess.
I have an idea.
Loading time.
Loading time.
Yes! Roll you up into my lap.
It's the flower.
You pick that up on the mic and you turn it up, you get really loud.
Yeah, we'll have to mix it in.
Yeah, because people were...
Well, it can come up a little bit. It's just that the original is so loud.
God.
Oh, 8/23, 2013. That's...
Yeah, I played a little bit for this.
And why not? It's a great game.
All right.
Here, Linda, play some.
All right.
So who's played this? Who voted for it? Who likes it? Say something.
Katamari was just absolutely
Okay, so I wasn't going to take a microphone, but for this I will. This
Yes,
is
Chevonne,
by
everybody.
far my favorite game.
Ever?
It came out on PS2. No, my favorite game ever is Pitfall, but on PS2, this is the one that I love.
You were a GameStop manager too, so you have cred. You're not.
I was
You're not.
a GameStop manager. I was a GameStop manager actually when this came out. So I played the demo every day while I was supposed to be babysitting the kids people dropped off.
Oh, that's
So-
what
I
the
know that
GameStop
feel.
is. Everybody's just gonna dance to the music here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
This
is
is all Cosmos, dude.
I remember when this came out.
He's
At
got an
20
amazing
Chunk.
chunk. Yes. That cod piece is serious.
Is that too loud, Tatton?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Is us yelling about cod's pieces?
That's fine too.
This
I
came
love
out at $20.
absurdity.
It's like
Absurdity.
out of nowhere, and I couldn't find a copy for a good 3 weeks.
Well, and
That's because it's
yeah,
amazing.
It's amazing.
I found this game by mistake. So I used to at
Mr.
the time.
Japanophile couldn't.
Well,
by
no,
mistake?
I didn't know about it, and so what happened was I was doing stuff at EB at the time, and the EB manager knew that I liked imports, and like every now and again, like a Japanese game would come in, and he would buy it in just because he knew I would buy it out from him. And he called me. He's like, "Yeah, I got this game. It's got Japanese on it. I don't know what it is." And he thought it was a Japanese game that he got. And And I come in to get it, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, it's American. What is this? So I picked it up, and I'm like, where's this been all my life?
Okay, Chris, what world should I...
You pick. Just hit the right trigger.
So my first experience with Katamari was they recommended that I play it, and I had an Xbox 360.
What's a fun level?
And that was sad.
Rolling up the earth.
Not the bears or the cows.
Yeah, make a star
Just
9's
rolling up
good.
the earth.
Make a star 9?
Yeah, that one's good.
We gotta get to one where I can roll at people.
That one will be. It might be
Yeah.
long.
It'll
but
be. It's a long one, but
That's fine. We're not gonna play the whole thing.
I started with the Xbox 360 version, which is terrible. I couldn't get through the second. I could not get through the second stage.
Okay, let me rant about Katamari on an Xbox is just jacked.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
awful.
I can't deal with the misaligned.
That was my problem.
Katamari on a PSP is from the gates of hell.
Yeah, that's
How
worse.
are you gonna play Katamari with a D-pad?
Yeah, it's a bunch of crap.
Oh.
Front side
well,
nose
and
crank.
the PSP version too is equally as terrible because you had the D-pad and like the 4 buttons that was like the other analog stick, and
Crap.
it was
basically playing Super Smash TV on the Super Nintendo. It just did. It kind of worked, but it kind of really didn't.
exactly it
I
just.
need
But
to
at least
have-
like Smash TV was still somewhat playable because it was like an 8-way joystick.
Right, not
Whereas-
complete analog where like, oh, I need to spin up my Katamari, so I have to go back and forth real quick.
Exactly.
If you did that on the PSP buttons because they were so sharp, you would come back with just bloody fingers.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And the PSP 2 hadn't even come out, or the whatever the
PSP Go?
to 2000.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hadn't come out yet.
Oh, it was the fatty.
It was like the terrible D-pad and the awful buttons.
Yes.
Okay, so the amazing thing about this game is it is hilarious.
Are you rolling up? Oh, is this your song?
Yes,
This is your song. We have the soundtrack to this. And it's amazing. And every once in a while we get all jazzy in the car because we want to roll each other up into our lives.
It's all of the crazy, like,
Rolling up into a ball.
yeah, literally rolled up into a ball. Like the whole King of all Cosmos, the whole like backstory line with the kid whose dad is going up into space. Like everything is just so ridiculous. I cried with laughter playing this.
There's a cohesiveness to the insanity. Like there shouldn't be, and there is.
Well, and the thing too is that when this game came out, there were a lot of third-person, over-the-shoulder action games. It seems like every game that was coming out was the exact same gameplay style, with like just a different story, different characters, maybe some different weapons, whatever. I mean, it was all exactly the same. And then this comes out, and it's something that's completely unique. I mean, this is. There was nothing else like this when this came out, and it was good and it was fun. Like, it was a big risk, and I think it really paid off for him.
So, Delia just came downstairs, and like she came up the stairs and was like, "Are you playing Katamari?"
Did you think it was going to be as big as it is? Like, I just thought it would
that
be
was
kind of
the
forgotten.
thing.
I got it online.
We didn't
when it
combine
first came
them.
out.
We did not combine the Katamari games.
It's in our top 10.
In the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't combine the Katamari games because the first one was very good. The second one was even better because they weren't worried about having the right formula. They had already came up with a perfect formula to do it.
I kind of thought the first one did everything that it could be done with the game play because you end up rolling up like things in the ocean. I don't know. So
Islands.
I wasn't a huge fan of the second one.
So the
first
one
one
on
was
the
perfect,
the
though.
one on the PS3, I watched Tatton play through that, and that was wonderful to
Where's some more
watch.
stuff so I can get bigger.
You have a 6 in there.
I know.
Technically, it's really cool how it just
get
keeps
out of
track
here?
of all the stuff that's on your ball. I love that.
Well, and it's amazing, too, that it scales up as fast as it does.
Yeah.
On the
Oh, it's
PS2
really
of all
smooth.
things. I mean, it's really like for everything that's going on, the fact they pulled it off on this hardware is just
All of a sudden
phenomenal.
you realize, oh, that's a building I just rolled by. Now I've rolled up the entire building. Like,
Yeah, you
oh,
get the people in, and the whales and the giant sea squid, and it's so Japanese. But oh no, dogs!
It's kind of depressing.
No, you're hitting
though.
the dogs.
You can pick them up,
And
though,
they're cute
once you-
dogs.
They wear the
deserve
chickens.
it.
You had some.
Once I bump into them, then I can pick them
They're
up.
bulldogs. That's horrible.
No, that's
You monster.
I love that it tells you every item you pick up too, like in
Right,
the
and
corner.
then when you make
all
the
individual.
Well,
when
and
you
there's
make the
like
star, it's like this star is full of teenagers and fruit.
And the sound effects everything makes too.
And there's lots of like Easter eggs there too. Like there's some of the cats, you'll pick them up and they'll sing. They'll be like meow 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 meow.
You're right.
Oh, the turtles scream.
Uh-huh. It
actually reminds me of all things of Castlevania, like how every enemy has a different death animation and scream. Like it's the same in this.
Come on, penguins. All right.
This is probably what I'm most proud of with our top 10 list is that this game made it.
Penguins.
This never makes anybody's top 10 list like an IGN or whatever.
I
Thank
always
you,
thought
listeners.
this was going to be one of those games, like when I first got it, that like nobody was going to play.
I just picked up a child.
Nice.
He said,
Like, I always thought this was going to be one of those games that I was going to play that nobody was going to know, but was fun and was wonderful, and I was going to be like, oh, hey, if you want a really good game, go and play this.
But everybody knows it now.
Yeah, everybody knows it. Like, and that makes me really happy. It's wonderful.
See, I think that I had a different experience than everyone else with this game coming out because I managed a GameStop in Seattle where there's a very large Asian culture.
Yep.
And so I knew it was coming out. I knew the day it was being released.
Uh-huh.
I
You had
didn't-
pre-orders on it, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely, it wasn't as big of a surprise for me that it was huge. It was a surprise for me when I got back to Columbus and nobody knew what it was. And I was like, how do you not know this game? It's amazing. So that was different.
I remember it did get some write-ups in
I'm stuck.
magazines back in the day. I mean, that's how I heard of it, I guess.
But you gotta get the bunny people.
I can't get them yet.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, there were some write-ups in magazines, but just again, it was just one of those like, yeah, I'll play this and 20 years from now, no one will know. Yeah,
Right,
10 years
yeah.
from now.
Oh, hey,
So,
look at that.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
no,
that
I
Game
can't get
and
out there
Go
yet.
Oh no.
When I hadn't moved to Columbus yet, I was coming up just about every weekend to hang out with some friends. And we usually, toward the end of the evening on a Friday or a Saturday, just hung out at the house, got belligerently drunk, and played video games. And I brought this up one weekend, and I think I played for probably 2 or 3 hours straight while everyone else just kind of watched. And I tried to hand off the controller. I wasn't trying to hog it. They just went, no, this is amazing. We just want to watch the insanity of this game.
Yeah.
This would be a lot of fun drunk.
It's amazing. Don't try and play it drunk, but if you have someone actually running the show, just sit back with a drink. It's a good time.
Moroto
Afro
Kiyaki.
boy.
It said Afro Boy?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was about to say, wow. All right.
Come on, get through there.
I mean, it's classic Namco gameplay, and then all the style and everything else is extra, but when you have a really good mechanic, you can throw whatever you want on top of it, and it makes it even better. But the fact that it's a really good game underneath all the silliness.
It's so absurd. It's so like I'm gonna say absurd English absurd, but so Japanese. It's just it's wonderful.
And you can't really describe exactly what this game
Playful
is.
Punk? Yeah, Playful Punk, and he was like bim 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 bim.
Well, and the thing that's like I kind of said it before, but it's so smooth in when you transition, like there's not a stop in the gameplay.
Why was there a sheep on a lotus?
That's what I was
stuff
thinking.
up, and that's just considering there's
I love
some
it.
really horrible.
The cops are going to start
roads
shooting
in
at you.
PlayStation games.
Yeah, this is the same sort of like open world or whatever. This is a sandbox style. Roll everything up in the sandbox.
Right. Instead of beating up hookers and stealing race cars, you just roll everybody up.
Way more violent, by the way.
Yeah, everybody dies.
Yeah.
It's incinerated in a
Asphyxiated,
They're
yeah.
not
nuclear
dying,
furnace.
They're turned into stars.
Right, they're just
and
becoming
planets.
part of the cosmos.
We are all stardust.
Yeah,
There's
we are
something
stardust.
Some are just more stardust than others.
Was that Marilyn Manson song? We're all stardust in the cosmos.
There's a Moby
We're
song.
all
We're all made of stars.
stardust in the cosmos.
Uh-oh, open water. Crap. There's nothing to roll up in here.
You're not getting any fishes. There's got to be fishes out there.
Yeah, I love it when you're like rolling around the water. All of a sudden, you pick up like whales or like
Giant
a school
squid
of fish or something.
This would be a lot more depressing if the people stopped flailing when you were rolling through the water.
Yeah, they still kick their legs.
Green
Oh, you're
oil
bigger
drone.
now.
Oh. Sumo
What are
wrestlers.
those sumo wrestlers doing to each other?
Oh dear.
What's
going on?
They swing each other around like they're doing a wrestling.
Yeah, that's not what it looks like.
What's the game?
Palm tree stop me. That's ridiculous.
What's
It doesn't get more
Choniki?
or any less. Oh yes, this
This is no Choniki.
Oh god,
This is like This is the non-homoerotic Choniki.
it's
How
still
can
pretty
that be?
disturbing though.
There's no point to Choniki except for the homoeroticism.
Yeah, that consequently did not make our list.
Were there any votes for Choniki?
Oh God, I hope not.
Shenanigans.
Is that a disqualified ballot right away?
No, because some people did vote for WCW Backstage Assault.
I want
Oh.
to roll you up into my
Choniki is a different backstage assault.
Oh,
Touche. 2 points.
I can't see.
At this point, you're like, how am I possibly going to be 30 meters?
Oh, the whole building is just like spinning
how's
in
the
a
building
circle.
rotating?
Shh, it's Japan. Don't question it.
Okay.
It's
Earthquake-proof, right?
earthquake proof.
It's the same reason there were sheep standing on floaty things in the
Yeah.
middle of the lake.
Stop
Brilliant voice acting.
What's my motivation for this scene? You're getting rolled up into a gigantic ball with
Stop it!
sumo wrestlers and cars.
Stop it!
Stop
And
it! Oh,
action.
close enough.
Oh my
Peacock
god.
station.
Oh no, you're
Oh
sumo.
no, you're sumo wrestlers.
You lost
Yeah,
the-
go up that ramp and go into the schoolyard. Yeah, because the children deserve it.
Oh, the schoolyard's like my favorite.
Oh, look,
place.
they're even lined up in a nice little row for you.
And the
Dangling
principal's
boy.
statue.
The big ass red wall.
I think after Sandy Hook, we can't make this game again.
Ugh. All
Everything about this game is perfect. The graphic style is perfect. The music is
The
perfect.
ridiculous physics. It actually rolls differently depending on what
Yes.
you
right,
know.
like
Is,
if you have something tall stuck to you, it will like
you will have a very
you'll
odd
skip
roll.
over things.
So when you
Oh, there's a shark.
when you go
I'm
driving,
not big enough
do you
for
think
that.
that you can hit that mailbox and attach to your car? If you were listening to the soundtrack while driving, do you think that'd be possible? I mean, that's more of a Crazy Taxi joke.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I said that before, but
Do you drive differently with the music going on?
Maybe.
Well, it's like that XKCD comic
There's an XKCD for everything.
where he's driving along singing the song to himself, and then his girlfriend is like, "So that's when you drove into the mailbox?" And he's like, "I was bigger than it. I thought
that I could pick it up.
I thought I could pick it up."
one of your
Maybe
cows
lost
just
some
flew
cows.
off, by the way.
Whatever. I'm not playing for like.
Is that the sound an ox actually makes?
While you're rolling it up into a giant ball, yes, there's a scientific fact.
Damn it.
Do you get those trees?
Yeah, those trees are up.
Yes.
There we go.
Ow.
There we go.
So satisfying.
Still in diapers.
Dude, the king of all cosmos is an asshole.
Yes.
He's a delightful
Well,
asshole.
yeah.
Well, he got drunk and destroyed the universe. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Wouldn't you be an asshole if you had to wear codpiece like that all the time? I would be.
Maybe I've never worn a codpiece before.
Oh, maybe we should try it sometime.
Oh no!
Oh no, Spurs. Oh no,
It's like
no
the
silver
most
for you.
complicated version of Will It Float ever. Linda should get that.
Is there a Will It Float?
Oh, you got a barn.
But
I
yeah,
can't
you
get the totem
You
pole.
can't get the totem pole.
Steamroller.
How much murder? Oh my god, so much murder.
And drowning. Lots of drowning.
Well, and then crushed to death. Like, how many school children?
Yeah, how
wait,
many
we're not
school
doing
children
this. Oh my
inside-
god, we're not
inside
doing
the
this again.
buildings? let's go back to the school children.
Ah.
You want to finish the stage,
I'm
or
obviously not playing this for.
You probably might be big enough for the shark now. Where's the shark?
It was to the
Yeah, where's
left
the
there.
shark? Palm tree.
That doesn't sound good.
Come on.
And complete silence while everybody's just fixated on the game.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. There goes the elementary. Yes. Currently, she is up
Regular
to
tree.
17 meters.
So for our listeners who actually can't see what's going on here, there is a gigantic ball of stuff rolling around. She is now trapped in between two islands. She's still trapped.
Oh, she's got it.
Kind of moving around. Oh, no.
Ah,
Ran
I
into a
think I found the
gigantic bear.
Trees falling.
Trees everywhere.
Come on. Thank you.
There's your 18.
Oh, yeah.
And then she got more stuff.
18 meters. And they're screaming again. The blood of the innocent is on her hands. What are the fluffy things on the side?
They are like
Balloons?
panda bear
Panda-
heads.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
Yeah,
Balloons.
they look like balloons.
I think we found the solution to clean up Fukushima.
Too soon.
Okay, just stop,
All right.
Chris.
I quit.
It's down there again.
Wash
You're
you.
up for the boats, I think. Are you?
Oh no,
Nope.
still not picking up
Still
for the
not.
boats. I love how every time you go in the water, the Prince of all Cosmos has like a little snorkel on.
Yeah. These little boats, though, I should.
Yeah, there
Small
you go.
fishing boats. 19 meters.
That's this key.
Bah,
When you
19
find a
meters.
circle- when you find things circling, you just go around in the opposite direction and pick them all up. All right, let's see. Yeah,
shark.
we've been talking about this for a while. You can make me stop playing.
You want
it.
to stop?
That's
All right.
fine.
What was the vote count on this one?
Chris
I
is
don't
too
know.
busy crawling.
19 meters.
So I love that game.
Is that your Scotty impression? 19 meters.
No, Bach only. Well, it was the caber toss.
I heard it with a lot of heart.
14 votes, 3 guest votes, 1 host vote.
Who host voted it?
I believe I did.
Yeah, because I host voted We Heart Katamari.
I don't have
And
my
to be
list in
perfectly
front of me.
honest, I probably just wrote down Katamari. I think I remember you asked me which one. I have really bad memory, so I don't really remember which one's which. I don't care. Either one or the other.
Not
It
for the
doesn't really
Xbox
matter.
360 and not for the PSP.
The thing is, I like the games that are on the 360. I just
They're
don't
not playable.
like playing it with
It's-
the controller.
they're so hard to play.
I need to get
But the 360 version had so much slowdown in it. It was really choppy.
Well, that
I
too.
mean, even outside of the controller, it
That's
was
so
just
weird
a bad version of it.
That it runs so well on PS2, but not on 360, which is...
Katamari for
Right.
the iPad.
Not terrible, actually. Not
Yes.
good, but not
It's like
terrible.
that review of Crazy
I'd rather-
Taxi for a phone I saw. It's like, how are you supposed to crazy drift on an iPhone?
I'd rather play it on that than on the 360.
Wow. Strong statement. We ready for 8?
Number 8?
Number 8.
Yes.
It's not as cool as number 9.
Is it Final Fantasy 8?
We already did that.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Rage pants.
These are easier
Super
to guess.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nerds!
From the sound of the cartridge being plugged into the machine.
You do not take away my geek knowledge on the 3 things I know.
All right, geek knowledge. You get to play.
Oh, God, yes.
I cannot count how much money I spent at Blockbuster to rent this thing.
You can do a new game or you can do one of those. saves, I
My
don't
best
care.
friend had it. Oh, dude, you're all at the final battle.
Wow.
Have you gotten the Uber ending?
I haven't played this in forever.
This is a short game. It only takes 25 hours to get to the end.
Oh, that music.
This is my sister's ringtone.
My on my phone, the tone for I've got a couple Chrono Trigger tones on there. My ringtone used to be if I got a call of somebody I knew, it would do the da 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 da. And if I get a call of somebody I didn't know, it would do the mysterious box, the creepy noise from the mysterious box.
Oh, yeah.
That's too easy to make a joke for.
Mine makes the "but you're still hungry" sound. No, I hate that sound. I guess you're supposed to. So, do you know where each of these take you? Still, without
Go
looking
somewhere
at-
fun.
Go to the bucket. Do the bucket. Oh my God, do the bucket.
Do the bucket?
No, I'm just messing. I just remember
the bucket?
originally going to the bucket
The
and
ending.
then going like,
Or the
oh,
last
what?
battle.
Yeah, it's like the hard Lavos battle. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where the world ends.
I've never seen this game, so.
Hey, how many votes did this get?
This got
47.
14 votes,
Oh, I can't get my list. I threw it on the floor. When I
4
went to
guest votes, 2 host votes. Which one of you assholes voted for this?
Me and Becky, right?
Yeah, I'm an
I think I
asshole.
did.
Voted for it? Okay.
Asshole Becky. There it is right
Ah!
there. Acid asshole.
Yeah.
Wait, but
Scary.
I remember
you
the
like
first
this game,
time I
though,
did
Chris,
this.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Going to the
okay,
bucket and seeing
so,
all of this
right.
happen, I'm like, oh my god, what
Let me
did
go
I
ahead
just do?
And give this. Let me give this preface. So, my junior year of high school, a friend of mine was in a car crash, and we found out he was in a car crash on Sunday. We found out about it on Monday, and my best friend and I were inconsolable. They had us leave school because we cried the whole time, and we went home and we went over to my house because my mom came and picked us up. And we played Chrono Trigger for like 7 hours straight. And it was great because we could get away from the shitty things that were going on. My friend ended up dying, but this is one of those things that this was a wonderful escape, and it was at the perfect time. We were able to save the world. We were able to get multiple endings. We were able to get neat characters. Like, the characters are fleshed out. It's Akira Toriyama art. It plays differently than the Final Fantasy games because the characters actually like run up and hit things as opposed to like staying 7 feet away and hitting things. The music is wonderful.
You can go on the overworld and not be attacked. Like,
Yes.
You have
Yes!
no fear of the overworld.
You know, that's not a very menacing final boss.
It's a giant,
It's a porcupine.
bushy, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the triple tech between these three? We're looking at Chrono, Robo, and Frog. Robo was electricity, Frog was
Water.
and then Chrono was lightning.
Yeah, but isn't it like
We'll see. We'll try it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
A-hole.
A hole.
A-hole.
Well,
So
and
you're fighting Sonic the
It's
Hedgehog,
the only
basically.
armor.
So this game had what? 7 different endings?
more.
I think it's
Oh yeah,
13.
we had a VHS. So I had a VCR. We had it hooked up to the VCR, and I recorded a bunch of the endings. We would sit down and we would be like, "Let's beat it with these guys and see what happens. Let's go to this point and see what happens." There's a wonderful the developer's ending, which is so cool. You can beat the game at the beginning of the game. Mm-hmm. So you actually like take the first 2 people and go beat the game with the first 2 people. And you get the developer's ending, and so they end up doing, like, the credits, and they're like, since you rushed through the game, we'll go ahead and rush through the credits for you, and it's like, zoom.
All right, so
We're going to finish this out, or what? Or who? What?
So who amongst all of us has beaten it? Because I never have.
I
Fuck
have.
yes.
Pinball Chris, Sega Chris,
Yes.
Becky, obviously. Steve,
Yeah.
how many endings did you guys?
this is
all
gonna be
get?
quick.
Damn!
Oh, I think I just beat it.
All right, we'll do triple raid really quick, but I need to heal.
Probably 2 or 3. I never tried to get all of them.
How about you, Chris?
Oh, how many endings?
Yeah.
I think like 5 or 6 of them, something like that.
Well, see, on the PlayStation version, they saved them all for you, so I got them all.
Wait, they saved? What do you mean they saved them?
They they checked off which ones you got with your game save, and you could see.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and the one on the PlayStation was rubbish because of the load times.
Yeah, every time you went to the menu, it loaded. It's terrible.
And nobody voted for the PlayStation version, by the way.
Yeah,
Thankfully.
for good reason. It was rubbish.
And
But the DS version is good.
Yeah, DS is really good because they still have all of the anime cutscenes from the PlayStation version.
I'm
but-
going to say my biggest problem with the DS version was the damn font. I had a problem doing the font because I couldn't see it. We ended up getting, Tatton got me my first new video game system just for me, which was a DSi XL. It was like the first one I ever got new just for me, and it was so I could beat freaking Chrono Trigger.
Those anime cutscenes, this thing were gorgeous too.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
Well, and it's Akira Toriyama art. I mean, you know, you've got such. Why did I choose these people to beat it? Hey, Frog Squash! Have you seen Frog Squash?
Oh yeah.
Yes, giant frog.
I have not seen this.
Okay,
game.
so it's not going to work well just because he's got almost full HP, but we'll do Frog Squash.
Yeah, I don't think you have a party build that's going to actually do anything here.
Chris Floor, does it keep track of your endings in the DS version?
No. That's a good question. I don't recall if it did or not.
This game.
How well did it sell on the DS? I don't think it did that well because I remember seeing it new for $20 for a while.
I just think they just kept reprinting it though, and because I mean you can still buy it new.
His nipple?
Yeah, he's
Yes,
shooting
he is.
out of his nipples.
That could mean it didn't sell though.
What nipples shootings?
No.
Uh-oh.
So is this your favorite
Your
RPG
health
of all
is
time,
down.
Becky, expert?
Oh, there we go.
Is this my favorite RPG of all? No,
Yes. No.
No.
It's not.
no.
Final
it-
Fantasy 2.
It's not.
Okay.
I've got to say that this is one of my favorites. But there are other RPGs that I've played that have made a big difference.
Do you think this translates to modern games at all? Like would somebody be able to pick this up who's never played it and be like, "This is amazing"?
I think one of the problems we run into with modern gamers is we run into the issue of like, oh, the graphics are stupid, and it's too cartoony for me, which is really sad because I think I think it looks awesome. It's cartoony, but it's what it needs to be, and it's Akira Toriyama art, and they do a wonderful job with the. I don't have anybody else. They do a wonderful job with the sprites that they have. Akira Toriyama's art translates very well to the Super NES.
And they did a great job on this with stacking sprites. And so like they were able to make like really big creatures and like nice backgrounds and do like really neat stuff by just having like the right transparent sprites in the right places. I mean they really pushed a lot into the Super Nintendo with this.
The way the artwork is done, it makes every battle, everything feel a lot more alive. And I think you lack that even today in some of the RPGs, where you don't have a battle where the people are really close to each other and it's like, yes, they are actually hitting each other. And they're like across the screen and they swipe.
Oh,
and,
I totally chose the
It
wrong
did so many
people.
things that improved on RPGs and nobody else did it.
Yeah.
Later. So
I should have used Ayla. I love Ayla so much. She's so the neat thing with this is it's okay. Wait, is the little one gone? It's a time fuckery game, and I love time fuckery to an extreme. So with this, you're able to pull people out of time. So you've got a crazy cave woman chick who comes along with you and like goes nuts and like I love one of her attacks where she like goes crazy and is like and like it makes this great noise and she like shakes and then freaks out on the enemy. I'm excited. I like things. Oh shit.
do you know where they got the name Ayla from?
Leela?
No, Clan of the Cave Bear. That movie.
Oh,
and
shit,
book.
really?
Yeah, Ayla is the main character. spelled the same way.
The cave lady character
Yeah.
is named Ayla.
In this game.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So what about the
Daryl
sequels?
Hannah. Yeah.
Sequel? So
I read the book.
Chrono Gross?
No, I think I saw the
I'm
movie,
actually a fan of Chrono Gross.
Kind of surprised they haven't tried it again.
I'm sad that we haven't seen. I'm sad that we haven't seen a lot here, just because there's people have done reproductions of the text-based Radical Dreamers, which is supposed to be really weird. There is a sequel to this. It's text-based. It was on the SNES Satellaview.
Yeah. Satellaview.
Okay. Yay. Translation. Yeah, or words.
And then was Chrono Cross kind of based on that?
Chrono Cross has a very weak link to the Chrono series, which is depressing.
It's a great game in and of itself. I mean, it's not as good as this,
the characters were cool. There was some really great music.
The music is even better, I think, than this game.
I absolutely love the. Ooh, hey, I love the music.
Pure Wave.
Yeah,
like
why
a
not?
Shitty British band.
But it's a game that kind of. They told you it was going to be a sequel just so they knew it would sell. So it would sell better.
So the battle in it, the battle technique was kind of crap. I will say, that in Chrono Gross, but this was very cool because Chrono jumps up and let's do that again.
Wow, good
Well,
thing
they
we
tried
did
to-
that wave before that.
They had the double and triple attacks in Chrono Cross, but they were almost impossible to do.
Seriously,
you had to have
the fuck did you do with these characters?
I don't know. I haven't played this in like 5 years. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. We're good.
All right.
Yeah, we're good. Because I need to get through the first stage of Lavos to get to the second stage of Lavos.
Yeah, it just gets harder from here on, and you've already burned most of your MP.
I can always use no. Yeah, there's no. Oh, you can grind for the. Do you remember the meals or whatever that you get?
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple. There's Mega Elixirs. I love those. Oh, one of the few games that did heal everybody, everything.
Yeah.
And there's you can charm them if you do the charm between Marla and Super NES.
I may want to play this one. Yes, I do want to play this one.
Yeah, Steve, your turn. Link to the Past.
Oh, hey, real quick, before we leave Chrono Trigger, did we say how many who voted for it?
Me.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's me. Mostly me.
Do it.
What are you going to name yourself? What are you going to name yourself? Oh, that's cute.
Help me.
The font and the layering on these where they went ahead, they did like the mist effect. So, it did the light layering over top of it.
Is this everybody's favorite 2D Zelda?
No.
No?
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
Becky.
did you vote for it?
Yeah, I did.
I did not.
I
I feel bad. It's one of those things, like, I look at my list and I'm like, oh shit, I know I would have put that on my list. I'm sorry, I think Delia was upstairs and heard me say shit.
That's fine.
Yeah, I did not vote for this one, but this is probably the second best Zelda. Like, yeah, 2D Zelda is just way better than 3D Zelda. It always will be.
Music is great. Attacks are great. Weapons are great. It's so huge.
The animation, I just
yeah.
so
One of the
cute.
problems that I have with 3D Zelda is when Zelda's in 3D, it's not top down. Like when it's like behind the character, I get really frustrated that you can't like step over or jump over basic things. But I don't get that same frustration when it's top down like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to bring this back. They brought back
Well,
Mario
there is going to be a new
Brothers.
3DS
there's
sequel to this.
But will it be a full game, or are they going to dumb it down, or what do you think they're going to do to it to ruin it?
Apparently, it's going to take place in the exact same
The
map, like the
multiplayer,
same universe, everything. I mean, it's literally like a sequel to Link
He's
to the
probably
Past.
going to go, huh?
The problem with Zelda games, I think they're all equally difficult, but like the more you play, the more you just know the tricks. Like the first game I played was Link's Awakening. That's probably why it's my favorite.
Yep.
And I didn't know how to play a Zelda game, and it took me days to figure out some of the puzzles.
Right.
Didn't have the internet either, so.
And I love the throwing mechanic. That's probably like the...
I love when he falls. Well, and the fact that it does the little mode 7 where the sprite gets smaller.
And he doesn't talk in this one.
Yep. Chrono doesn't talk either. Chrono.
He does not. Well, Surge in Chrono Gross is known as, it specifically says he's the silent protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's music.
Definitely top 10 worthy.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
I really hope that because we've seen a lot of platformers come back, like Super Meat Boy, inspired by Mario Brothers. I kind of hope that we get some 2D overhead adventure games like this from indie developers next.
Binding of Isaac is quite good and very reminiscent of basically every dungeon in Zelda.
Oh, really? Is that a indie game?
Yeah,
But are they making fun of? Are they making fun of Japanese games?
Not at all.
Okay,
no,
good.
it's really quite good. As far as the mechanics and everything else, it feels very much like Zelda.
Here we go.
As far as
no,
don't die.
I was gonna knock him off. Darn.
Good.
Sorry.
Yeah. But it feels like an old original Legend of Zelda. He just knocked him off. He did.
Death by pot.
Throw a pot at him to. Shoot.
It was always disturbing that you pick up hearts. And they're kind of like there
And then you eat them?
and then you eat them, and it's one thing to see the little heart. It's another thing to have it float out of the body that disappears.
Yeah, and then you just
Oh, now I have extra hearts. How did you do that, Jeffrey Dahmer?
It's a Temple of Doom.
I should say this is not Link's Awakening is not even okay. We're still playing Link to the Past, but my
Link's
favorite
Awakening was sarcastic and they
had Mario stuff in it. Yeah, my favorite 2D Zelda style game And better than any Zelda game is Alundra, though.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, maybe not better than Link's Awakening, but it's like better than this game even.
You voted for that one, right?
I did.
Which one?
Alundra for the PlayStation.
Oh, gotcha.
That's amazing game.
I love the music in this. It's seriously, video game music to me is wonderful, and it's something that I take with me, over the years. And I was humming the Dark World theme. So sadly, Tatton and I had not beaten this game until.
I have to ask you that because you don't do action games.
2 weeks.
Maybe a month ago.
Oh wow!
A month ago.
Did you just beat it, Tatton?
Yeah. I just beat it for the first time.
Oh, nice.
I never played. I mean, I didn't.
How did you not announce this on our page? That's something that you should be proud of.
Yeah. I'm glad that you were able to
Do you understand?
No, if you say you don't understand, it's but.
So I'm trying to remember. You
Not
get
at
the
all.
super bombs, and you bomb the wall in the
Zelda
Dark World castle.
sideways, ugliest sprite ever. She is fugly.
This is one of those games that I
Look at
rented
that.
a lot as a kid.
Okay.
No,
But,
that's hideous.
She's a little girl.
Steve would do her.
No, I just said she's a little girl.
Yaya and what's her face's show would hate
Only
that.
ugly girls should cosplay Zelda.
Nice. I love that you.
I know
can-
who
there's
I'm
a- there's a-
cosplaying as.
really
Sideways
well-
Zelda.
Yeah, look at her arm. They didn't really do the animation very well because they knew that she wouldn't
It's
be
like
in the game very much.
That's it's like she's smacking
She's a
herself.
flipper.
This is really cool level design though, because you can escape going over everything.
You've got the tiering on it, which is neat.
I think it's really cute when they go up and down the stairs, and it's like.
But I'm glad they went the path of
Their little
evolution
butts
of
wiggle.
this way instead of Zelda 2. Like
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love Zelda
agreed.
too. Did we? That didn't make it, did it?
No.
That's still a good game.
That's a good
it's
game,
underrated.
but this.
There's
I don't know.
a lot of other side-scrolling adventure games. There's a lot of other side-scrolling adventure games that were better than Zelda 2, unfortunately, even on the NES.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably going to get a lot of boos right now, but Faxanadu was fantastic, I thought.
No, Faxanadu is really good. I like that game.
Yeah, so I think that game might be a little bit better as far as mechanics and
I
everything
prefer
else.
Faxanadu.
That'll work, too. I've never heard anyone say it, so
I
I
don't
don't
know either.
Yeah,
Faxanadu.
What does swords and swordplay have to do with faxing?
I don't know. And Xanadu,
Yeah.
an old, weird story about roller skating.
Roller skating, yep. And Olivia Newton-John. And Gene Kelly.
Wasn't that the name of Citizen Kane's thing too?
What?
Or I don't know.
Yeah, Xanadu did Kublai Khan.
Thank you. I wasn't completely.
It's a stately pleasure dome.
What's the call it poem?
No, that's a candy bar.
Squeak, squeak.
Get your finger off my Xanadu. Whatchamacallit.
Whatever it is. Whatever
Coleridge?
it was.
Samuel
More than a
Taylor
mouthful.
Whatchamacallit? Is it? I don't know.
And what I
The
love
only
about
reason
this,
why I know is because it plays a big part in Dirk Gently's
the
Holistic Detective
puzzles
Agency.
take a backseat to the action in this game.
No, definitely.
Like the sword play is number one. Like that's what makes it fun. And I was playing this, and I've been playing like Lego City and some other modern games more recently, and the controls are so sloppy on modern games, and in this I'm playing it and it's like I hit the sword button, I immediately swing the sword.
Yeah.
I mean, the tactile response is off the charts. I don't even know if they put on the virtual console that's still the same.
Depends on the lag in your television.
I don't think it's just the TV. I think it's the game design too.
Yeah, I didn't notice much of a difference when I was playing it on the Wii Virtual Console. Because I rebeat this on the Wii Virtual Console, and it was pretty responsive.
You
Was
just
it?
missed a tenor.
Yeah.
Where's he not playing much longer?
He's not
Yeah,
playing
one of
for
the-
real.
Until I get to the sanctuary because I want the music in it.
Yeah, one of the
Yay.
things that I really liked about this game, though, is the energy level right at the beginning.
Yes.
Did you just
It-
try to
there's
set
no
the
sound
mouse
down
on fire?
I love it when they jump you
Oh.
right into a story, into a game.
Yeah. Notice it doesn't take you 2 hours to get to
The
a
first
dungeon. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes you
Yeah.
less than a minute.
Are you making fun of Dragon Quest
I'm
VII?
making fun of. Well, no, I'm making fun of every Zelda game in the last 10 years. 3D
Oh,
Zelda
yeah.
game. Yeah, since Ocarina.
And I mean, it was a
Well,
pretty simple
Four
game, which
Swords.
is why they were able to get you right into the action.
Did you? Did any of you guys play Four Swords?
I did. I
I
played
like
a
through
little
it.
bit of
I
it.
thought that was fun. I like that a lot.
I wish they could have made it more single player, which instead of focusing on 4 player. But yeah, it worked
Nintendo
well.
likes gimmicks. Fortunately, they didn't need one in this.
I guess it was kind of a gimmick. It was fun, though. I mean,
It's fun if you've got the multiplayers. It's just this game is so wonderful by itself.
Oh, and they don't. They assume you know that you can push a block in this one. You don't get the ding, 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 ding jingle when you just push a block.
You pushed a block. Good
Yeah.
job.
Well,
You
the
get a
first
trophy.
Zelda-
Well, actually, you push the altar away at the beginning, so that's why they assume you know to push a block.
Pull that switch over there. There's 2 switches, and she's like, pull that switch over there.
Well, if you do the wrong one, it
Do the
throws
wrong one. Come on,
snakes
come
all
on.
over your head.
Oh, I want to hear the sound.
So, like 1920s. It just seems like generic sort of background music for something.
I wonder how there's stained glass window in the back of this building, but it's up against a rock.
What was the staircase up? It could be that could be from downstairs.
it's a staircase down, wasn't it?
Down. You got a heart. Don't light the sanctuary on fire.
Burn it down.
You could try that.
And then they stay in the sanctuary for the.
And then the
stay
first
there
time you
for-
hear this, it's like, it's the original music remix. Holy shit.
It sounds so good.
My teenager self, as soon as I heard this, just instantly got bananas, and it's like, oh, it's gonna happen! I'm gonna cut everything down.
Yeah.
This is the best game ever.
Bananas. Is that a euphemism for something?
No, maybe, probably.
Well, ready to go to the next one, or you want to keep playing?
Yeah, no, we can go on.
All right. I'm going to turn this one off, sadly. Aww.
Sad
They only get better, though,
times.
right?
What was the vote on this
18
one?
votes. So that was a big jump from Chrono Trigger with
Damn.
14 votes. 5 guest votes, no host votes. So there. Let's see.
Really? Not a single host vote on this one?
Not a single host vote.
Wow.
So blame us.
Oh,
Number 6.
Oh, us.
Super Nintendo.
Can't help but notice a lot
Yes.
of
Sonic the
Nintendo in
Hedgehog.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super Mario World.
Yeah. Who wants to play?
Yeah,
Tori or
I
somebody.
This one. I'll play it.
Yeah. Pass it around. There's more
Oh my god,
Nintendos.
this is so iconic. Do you remember the commercial?
Yeah, you talked about it before. The levels are harder.
Yeah. Well, and then do you remember? Yeah. Oh my god, that commercial is like the greatest commercial ever. That commercial makes me happy.
Is this everybody's favorite Mario game?
No.
This is my favorite.
Not mine. So it's not ubiquitous. Top. And
I just like regular old Mario. Like, I just like. I guess it was Super Mario, whatever. I
Mario Brothers.
just like that one.
I guess the big debate.
This just seems so convoluted.
It does.
And this one has like all the hidden exits. It gets kind of frustrating where you like beat a level and you just go around in a loop and you're like, okay.
They've had 3 Mario games in a span of like 4 years, so they had to like keep coming up with
They must have made
new
one
ideas to
series
add.
great.
And I kind of don't like the blocks that flip around, and I don't like the Goombas that you don't squish.
The flying mechanic is broken.
Yeah.
I love
It's a
the.
good game though.
I do love the sound that it makes when you have the cape and you like float and you're like boing. That's a great sound. And
Oh,
then
it's full
when
of
you
great
put the
sounds.
when you put the key in, and the keyhole gets bigger, and it's like yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that just makes me giggle.
I like
That
the
and
Yoshi
fails getting the
sound.
Dragon
Well, the
Coin.
jumping sound is
I don't-
soothing.
I
Oh, this
like-
this has the first Yoshi sounds
boop.
too.
Yeah,
It
see,
depends
I
on
like
which one
the
you do,
Yoshi
though.
Sound. The
also think that compared to the NES versions, I think the sound effects are kind of subdued, and I don't like them as much.
It's
Like that clicky thing for the fireball, that the Spitfire from the original is way better.
I mean, you could definitely see how they compared this to Sonic, and everybody was like, okay, Mario again, slow moving.
Yep.
Like, why Sonic had a leg up.
However, for a launch title, this really showed what the Super Nintendo was capable of versus a Genesis. I think, you know.
Well, I don't even think
We
they
needed
considered Sega a competitor. I think they were just showing it what it could do versus an NES.
Oh yeah, entirely.
They were pretty full of themselves. They weren't. Come on, get a 50. Get a 50.
Oh, come on.
Do it.
Oh,
26.
This to me, I thought really. I mean, the reason why I like this one the best is I thought it was definitely the most colorful Mario. They added a lot of detail, but it was still Mario. Like they didn't lose the feel of the game. I like the flying mechanics of the cape because it added like a little extra complexity. But if you got better at it, I mean, you could go almost forever, and especially like when you hit the special stages.
It's not intuitive.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a little bit more intuitive. Exactly.
Does it deserve top 10?
I think it does.
Oh my God, people are silent.
I've never really played it. So.
I'm assuming everybody else would put 3 over this, right?
The thing is, I don't think this might be slightly better, but it's not so much better that it's.
It feels like a continuation.
They're pretty close, and if it's a next generation system, it should be a leap, and it wasn't a leap.
But this is the only Mario where I think it crossed generation and got better. Like every Mario after this, I thought it either got worse or it just
didn't
never
do another
got
one
as.
until the Wii.
Well, no, they did Mario 64,
Not
and I didn't like it. They did Sunshine. Wasn't a big fan of it, even though I didn't hate it like everybody else did. They did Galaxy, which I played for 3 or 4 stages.
Paper Mario's in there somewhere.
I played through that twice, like Galaxy. I love it. Yeah.
I remember seeing this for the first time. My dad and I and my grandpa were driving to South Carolina, and we stopped in Kentucky and met some people. Somehow they were related to me, and one of the guys, he was in high school, and I was in elementary school. He Oh, got it.
See, this is the first level I ever played of this game, so I thought it was the first level. It was just set up at Walmart, and it's very hard for a first level.
Dead. So, I met him, and he had leg surgery, so he was like bedridden. And I remember 1, he had a gross leg, and 2, this game is awesome. Because basically we got to play it, like my dad got to play it all night, and we got to see it for the first time, and comparing it to what I had seen on the original NES, and the fact that and oh my God, that commercial sold me. It's just absolutely sold me so much.
About the complications. My parents and I played video games when we had our own television. We're doing an episode later about what we played with our parents, type of thing, and. We got the NES, and they kind of quit at Super Mario Brothers. They didn't try that one. They played the games where you could, like Tetris and Pinball, Dr. Mario. But my parents wouldn't try Super Mario Brothers because it required 2 buttons, and this one requires 3.
My parents are the same way,
and they didn't play this. So I think that you kind of lost your its ubiquity, I guess, is the. And they only got more complicated from here. Like I don't play 3D games. Don't think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, like I was thinking about the other day about even Super Mario Brothers, how complicated. Because I brought in Donkey Kong Country to work, and I was trying to tell them to press the B button to run, or whatever button you have to press to run, and they would not do it.
Wow.
At all. And I'm like, no, you have to do it. You can't play the game without. But no.
I love the football
Run
player.
and jump. That's all. Or
wait, was this kids at the?
Yeah, kids.
Was kids playing it?
Yeah. Kids like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
I don't like those flippy blocks.
Love the music. I love the dungeon music because it's dark and a little sad.
And it's foreboding.
I was a really.
I think it's the best Bowser battle too. The final battle.
I was like the most melancholy kid ever, so I would like sing all this sad video game music.
Oh, no, I was there with you, Becky, and I loved it. I thought it was the best shit.
I love that music because it's so it's very atmospheric. It pulls off dungeon very well, but it's also like it's sad. Like, is Mario sad doing this? Because it's sad.
Mario is starting to regret his murderous rampage. Should I really be doing this? This is someone's house, and I'm just wandering in and throwing fireballs and killing things.
I love the ghost house in this, too.
Okay, do we have another Super Nintendo game?
Ghost houses. Yeah. What's going on here, Chris?
Keep talking.
Vanilla Ghost House?
I'm going to keep playing until it turns it off.
This one's actually very hard.
That sounds not dirty.
The ghost houses are great.
It sounds pretty vanilla.
Yeah, and the ghost houses are actually hard, like to figure them
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Well, they had all the
To go through the
screwing
same door
around
7 times in
thing.
a row. Okay, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, that was infuriating, but they did that in Super Mario Brothers 3 too. There were a few spots in there that were just like World 7, sweet buttery crap. There was some awful stuff from that. I love the Big Boo. There was a Mario Mania strategy guide that is wonderful for the. It came with the if you had like a
You
subscription.
got to pick one guide, and that was one of the 4.
So
That was the one I picked.
the Mario Mania actually has like a preface on the history of Mario, and then it's a strategy guide for this game. But the preface is wonderful.
This is the last Mario game that used the the old cartoon Mario, the design before they went to the 64 and got what's his face to do the voices and shit.
Robinette.
Yeah.
Did Mario Super Mario? Yeah, Bowier.
And it doesn't look right with him holding a cape
No,
like that.
looks really
It
wrong.
attaches to his feet somehow.
I Super Mario Land 2 8 golden coins, 6 golden coins. Which when did that come out?
That came out after this.
I don't think it came after Mario
1992.
3.
No, it definitely came out after this.
You sure?
This game is a bitch.
Because I moved to
Okay.
Mansfield in '92 and it came out that Christmas.
I do like this mechanic with the items.
They're wagging their tongues at you. That's not vanilla.
I don't like the dirty bubbles.
We'll stand through the drama of the ghost house, see if we can figure out the puzzle.
There should be a P block somewhere that you pick up.
And did anybody ever finish the special stages?
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished all of them.
Yeah, it says
I
the Super Mario
finished
Brothers.
Everything there was for this game when it came out. I actually had just had my tonsils out, and so I spent 3 days straight not sleeping and playing this game.
Holy crap! That's
Jello, ice cream, at least.
I couldn't eat. It was
Ugh.
pretty serious.
I'm sorry. I would say I understand the experience because when my appendix came out, it was me, the Atari 800, and my speak and spell.
Gotta have a speak and spell.
Speak and
That's
spell did
how I
not
could
make
talk.
the list.
I couldn't talk otherwise.
Say that bad boy. All right.
Desire to talk. Just leave me alone with my video game.
I was bedridden. I couldn't.
Oh wait! Oh man, we gotta wait for Steve on this one. No, go ahead, dude.
The speak and spell says,
Aw. Spell. Go fuck yourself.
G
O
O F U C K.
What was the letter that you couldn't understand on speak and spell? The
Q.
like
Q.
there's some words that you couldn't like spell run, but you couldn't spell.
No, I'm sorry. Speak in math quotient. I had it taken away because the babysitter thought it said bullshit.
Of course it did say bullshit. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Find the bullshit for this calculation. Like, oh, PlayStation. PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Every one of these, I hear the PlayStation, it's like, oh god.
It's like, what's going to happen next?
Oh no, is it going to...
Oh, dude, come on, dude. Let's let the fucking music play.
Why did you need me for this one?
I want you to make fun of it too if you don't like it.
Your burning hatred.
Are you gonna? Oh, are you gonna boot up to Sad Times?
And I know Parasite.
It's not Parasite of Deer.
I know.
We Corey couldn't be here today. He had to work.
He had a lot of positive things though. To say,
Yeah,
Pat
Corey.
and I were gonna tell everybody.
This was
Wait,
one of
I have a
Corey's
list of
favorites.
things that Corey wanted me to say. Fuck
I-
this game.
I
Fuck
like
everything
this
about it.
game.
Yeah.
So hand me the fucking controller. I want to be the one to call it. No.
I'm doing this part.
Oh, you bitch! No.
No, I'm not doing it from the beginning.
So, is someone going to just cast Knights of the Round and we get to talk for 15 minutes?
Nah.
Oh, wait, did you lose your memory card?
Did you lose your memory card?
Oh, your memory
Where's
card
your memory
died.
It's in the second slot. Let me put it in the first slot.
You can't read it in the second
What
slot.
she said. You should always stick with your first slot.
So Corey, it's like continue maybe? Question mark.
You wanna?
I just remember hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of rearranging materia
Yeah.
And grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding.
I remember
Not getting the right
falling
color
asleep
chocolate.
I
on
know
the
what's
couch
gonna
while
happen.
You were spending hours upon hours upon hours.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we're gonna watch.
Okay. You know where we are?
I know where we are.
Oh wait, what's gonna happen here?
Oh
There's
God.
gonna be a basket of puppies.
Why are we in the
Yes,
sanctuary?
yes.
Oh, I know. Eris. We're gonna go see Eris.
You mean Aerith?
Okay, there's a reason why she's called Aerith. She's called Aerith in the Japanese game, right? She's called Eris in the States. The character in Final Fantasy V is named Ferris. They didn't want to have both the same. When they brought it over to the States, they
She
didn't
got
care.
sick one day from school and stayed
I never
home
heard
and
that.
went to the Cubs game and the art museum. And
No. And then killed somebody with her car. No,
All I care
really?
is
Why are
does
we
Aerith
doing
have all of
this?
her, limit
Because-
breaks? That's all I care about.
This is really the most iconic point in this game.
this is
I
when
mean, it really
video
is.
games went adult.
Okay, so can I go ahead and have my bullshit story about how sad this is?
Why is it bullshit?
Because,
What am I doing with that
Or is it quotient?
blocky, crappy sword?
huh?
Is it a quotient
It's quotient.
story?
This is my quotient story. So, playing this game, she was my favorite character.
And
I
you
maxed her out. I had her limit break, like her final limit
Final,
break.
yeah.
Big deal. Like, put way too much time into it.
What are you making me do?
But you didn't know this was coming?
Oh, I knew this was coming.
Oh, okay.
That was the worst
Uh-oh.
thing.
You
Uh-oh.
lose everything.
But
Oh, there she is.
Oh,
Oh, she's
man.
so pretty. And what's she doing there?
These
Aww.
polygons are...
But you get to dress him up in drag. In
You
a
do.
satiny dress.
yeah, with perfume and
Oh,
if you
wait,
do it
what's
well
this?
enough, you get
What
the
the-
whole.
Oh no!
Yeah, I saw this before I even played
Sephiroth.
the game.
Polygons don't
I think I
Well,
watched a
and
quick time movie
so
of this
so
accidentally.
okay, you've got this right, and
right?
it's-
She's got a sword through her midsection.
she's got a sword through her midsection. There's no
Spoiler
background music.
alert!
There's no background music. You schluck the sword out.
Yeah.
You don't start any
There-
music
there goes
until
music.
yep. Here's the holy materia, the white materia.
Phoenix down.
Oh my god! I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah.
Potion.
So
Becky, have you cried at any other video games?
yes.
Okay. I haven't.
So did you cry at this?
Yes. When he puts her in the water. I
Oh my god! It was
Yeah,
so
no, it's
sad.
They in Japan, I'm really sad I didn't buy it when I had the chance to. They actually did a figure of Cloud like putting Aerith into the water, and they used like a clear polymer, so she's like half submerging down. It's it's so
Seeing a
sad.
dead Eris like a Han frozen in carbonite sort of.
So
Like an ice cube tray?
Yeah.
it's horrible. So okay, I played this game. I put a ton of hours into it.
Shut up.
Whatever.
He's
Whatever.
so sensitive.
I was bawling my eyes out. My brother was there. My dad came downstairs and he was like, "Becky, why is Becky crying?" And my brother was like, "She's crying about this stupid game." And I was like inconsolable. And he was just like completely, flippant. He was also like 7 or something, and I was way too old to cry at a video game.
I like that they put cussing in this game, that they killed a character, and they haven't gone back to that well. They haven't.
No, this was
Not since
probably the last Final Fantasy for me that really felt like Final Fantasy. I did like 9,
I love
but
9.
I didn't get through 9. There wasn't like a clear enemy at the end of 9. It just felt kind of open.
The final boss at the
The
end of
music's
9
so
was
pretty, you
stupid.
get to still hear it while you're fighting goofy, weird ass things.
This
Yeah, that looks
so
so bad
okay.
now.
From what I've read, the music that was written for this, he wrote this music after his
Tomb Raider.
His grandma-
I mean, Tifa.
he wrote this music after his grandma died. It did a very good job making a 16-year-old idiot cry.
I love how you can just pick up a little.
Well, you can suplex a train in Final Fantasy VI, so
Here, let's watch a thing for an hour.
9 didn't feel like Final Fantasy to me, but it didn't have enough extra stuff to do.
I got all the chocographs.
That was about it, though.
I got all the.
all sorts of crazy mini games and
The Chocobo Racing.
Chocobo Racing.
I love the Chocobo Racing.
The problem for me,
that roller coaster ride, the
Breeding?
snowboarding,
Breeding? Oh yeah, Chocobo breeding.
Chocobo breeding, the tower defense game.
the problem for me was that there's never been a Final Fantasy.
Oh, and Sid smokes. That's cool.
Yeah.
To me, there's never been one that has been as good as Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy III, whichever you want to, whatever number you want to use. Like for me, like that was like the absolute pinnacle of the series. And then like I accepted that it was going 3D and that things were changing with this, but it's like for me, nothing has gone back and been as good as 3 was. But this was like the closest that still felt like it was still in the same family as 3.
Well, like all other fake nerds.
Biaka. Love
Yeah,
the typos in
typo.
this game. Of course.
like all other fake nerds, this was my first Final Fantasy game, so I have a special place in my heart.
That doesn't make you a fake nerd. I mean, it's
No, I
for a
mean,
lot of
it's-
people, this was the first one that was really mainstream. I mean, this was one of those big games that really made the PlayStation awesome. I mean, the fact that they stole this franchise from Nintendo was huge for Sony.
Yeah.
I mean,
they sold it on the ads that are just the cutscenes. too.
Yeah.
The
Oh
ads
yeah,
that are all
yeah.
over TV.
It was very cinematic. They did a movie. The big blockbuster this year isn't going to be in the theaters. It's going to be on your Sony
Yep.
PlayStation.
And but I think people didn't feel cheated though when they saw it. Like people still liked the gameplay too.
Well, so it is the awkward adolescence of gaming, and I'm going to say that it really does look very. It's incredibly dated, and the 3D on it is lousy. The cutscenes, however,
I think
gorgeous.
the pre-rendered still looks well.
The battle scenes
some
aren't
of the
bad.
pre-rendered looks pretty good. I always like pre-rendered.
This is the saddest thing
there she
ever.
goes
Did you
in the
cry?
water.
Did you cry, Linda?
I don't think I cried, but
so
I know I
either.
definitely
There
like
was lots
because
of
I
swearing
liked,
in our living room when this
I
happened.
liked playing her. Like I liked her character, and
Where the
yeah,
hell is he
I maxed
standing
her
if
out.
she can fall that far deep into the...
Well, and she's
it's funny.
She's in Bubble Guppy Land now. Shut up.
Yeah.
So I
like Titanic.
I remember sitting there with my jaw dropped, just like
they
what?
really just killed a main character.
What? Yeah, and I think I swore a lot.
There was
because,
lots of
I mean, I was
swearing.
definitely.
I forgot to unequip.
Linda and I lived
Oh my god,
Yeah.
not my materia, no!
I was the same way. I'm like, no, I forgot to equip
I
all
know
my
that
stuff.
was why I was like my material.
And it's like you don't even remember. I don't even remember when she leaves your party. Like it's not like I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of out of
They don't give you
nowhere,
a
too.
chance.
It didn't seem
Yeah.
like it was heading toward that.
Right? Yeah, she just goes, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I like
The rest of the plot of this game I couldn't tell you though.
Yeah, I didn't
What the hell's
understand.
going
The ending I've read interpretations of what's supposed to be, but I still can't.
Wasn't Sephiroth dead the whole time?
Who the
too?
fuck
I don't
knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
don't
so
pay attention to
convoluted.
storyline and plot. I just want to play the game. Like,
It's the
I
same point.
understand that's a big part of games like this, but like, if I'm confused by something, I don't put a whole lot of effort into figuring it out. Like, I just want to do my puzzles and fight my battles and max out my materia and grind and have fun.
Yeah,
Like,
we maxed out the damn clock on this one. We duplicated
Oh.
so many. We had Knights of the Rounds. We had gold chocobos. Like we just
yeah, I've never
we did
gotten
so
to a Final
much.
Fantasy game without maxing the clock. Like,
Just grinding.
And to all the Final Fantasy haters, I would proud to announce this is the last Final Fantasy game on the countdown.
Yay!
but I
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Well, I heard a Super Nintendo, so it's going to be a good one.
So I do have to ask,
Oh.
Chris, have you played through any Final Fantasy games?
Oh yeah,
Did were there any that you liked or?
yeah. The ones on Super Nintendo I liked. Basically, if it was a SquareSoft role-playing game and it was on Super Nintendo, I dug it.
Yeah.
I think the thing that bugs me about 7 is, and I'm going to get into it if this is the next Final Fantasy game on the countdown.
This is the last. That was it.
Oh, that
What
was
we
it?
just played was it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I kind of
Really?
wanted to get into this during Chrono Trigger, but I didn't want to do it then because it wouldn't have made sense. But here it kind of does. When you watch Chrono Trigger and things like that, the sprites, the artwork, everything else, it's not... It's super detailed, but it still gives you some limit to your imagination. You can still kind of fill in the blanks that the game
Right.
is leaving. With Final Fantasy VII, it's like, oh, it's 3D, and it looks kind of crappy. And granted, I should be able to use my imagination a little bit more to kind of fill in the blanks, but it doesn't leave that opening for me to do stuff with. You know, like Knights of the Round, it's like, oh, this guy's getting chopped up by like every single thing in the world. Okay, great, whatever. They're not up close and personal. They're on the complete opposite side of the screen. You never really see attacks land half the time. So
is it like TV and movies? Like you're taking something, or like books and movies?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Where, like, if you play through like an old Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger, I think it just feels more, not personal, but a little bit more of a better storyline, and you can connect to it a little bit better.
It feels more refined.
Yeah, it does.
The PlayStation ones, I agree with you. I mean, they feel sloppy, and there's places where there's nice detail. Like I like the pre-rendered backgrounds, and then they would put the 3D like blocky sprites on top of it. Like I like that they didn't just do the whole thing like 3D blocky sprites that they did in some of the later ones, but it doesn't feel as like unified as the Super Nintendo ones.
Where it really falls flat is like in the story scenes where the characters have no animation to them. They're just like polymer figures basically standing there, and like you're saying, I don't know, it's just the 2D has a lot more expressiveness. I think we talked about this a little bit more.
How many people played this back when it was out?
I did.
Pretty much everybody?
Launch day.
Did you guys play?
Launch day, yeah.
Did you have a PlayStation already, or did this get you to buy a PlayStation, or did the news make you buy it?
Got me to buy one, but
Me too.
months in advance. So I bought a PlayStation, and then I had to play Wild Arms is actually pretty good, but I played Beyond the Beyond and whatever. There was hardly any RPGs, and there was Wild Arms. I guess is good, has an amazing opening cutscene. But every other RPG on the system was absolute garbage.
Because there's a debate whether or not this is the quote unquote killer app for the PlayStation.
No debate. It is. Yeah,
no, I think this legitimized it for a lot of people, and it because PlayStation and 64 were both kind of selling well. This came out, PlayStation kept going up, and then 64 kind of fell flat.
I think the problem is that
and killed the Saturn.
The age of the PlayStation is so much that there's lots of killer apps.
The Saturn
for,
killed the Saturn.
Generations.
It was this, then Resident Evil 2, then Metal Gear Solid,
yeah, because
Gran
Metal Gear
Turismo.
Solid. I think this would definitely be the first one, though. I mean, I think this was the first one that like legitimized Sony as a
because they stole a Nintendo property, basically.
Right. I mean, that was a big deal.
And I've tried to like reconcile that because I had an N64. I was like, well, it's going to be on a bunch of discs, so who wants multiple?
Could this game be on an N64?
I recall seeing a advertisement for this game that said like, yeah, okay, cool. Like this would take some god-awful number of N64 cartridges to play. And that was it. It just showed, like...
The whole game fits on less than a disc. It's all the cutscenes that take up all the space. So
exactly.
If you pre-rendered used regular engine graphics instead of all the pre-rendered shit.
And they were able to put Resident Evil 2 on a cart with all the pre-render, all the voice, all the music.
Right.
And that seems to be a lot more than...
So, I mean, it's one of those nerd debate exercises that you can think about in your head.
Maybe they saw that it was going to be... I don't know. Maybe they got some money from Sony.
It was interesting for us in that my brother was, 7 years old, and we had to explain what was going on in Honeybee Manor.
I still don't know what's going on in Honeybee Manor.
That was... Yeah, because you unlock... It's like, you get the nice outfit, and then you unlock...
Like 12 men come in and...
What
duck
now?
down, and I don't even know. Get in the hot tub with...
No.
I think it's a chocolate ghost house.
But I mean, that was kind of a common thing, because the CDI, tried to get some Mario stuff to legitimize itself when it first came in. Of course, it didn't play out well for them at all. But then, Sony stole Final Fantasy from Nintendo. I mean, the Xbox. The only reason why the Xbox really legitimized itself was because they stole Halo from Apple. So I mean, it's that's not uncommon that you steal somebody else's blockbuster, have it launch for your system.
You're hungry for it, and you can pay for it.
How many votes?
But I think actually that Square just decided to do it. Like it wasn't like anything real shady.
You don't think that that Sony went to them with piles of cash, or
they
gave them a
we
check
can put
and
this
just
on
said,
CDs. It's going to be less. You're going to make more money.
Sense, I've never heard that until
here's a free SDK, and here's a check. Write down a number, and we're going to do this.
And Final Fantasy was already huge in Japan. Over here, it was still almost mainstream. This one made it mainstream. But
and this was this was a lot of people's first role-playing game.
Right.
Because it was a different with a different generation, this was their first role-playing game. They didn't start with the Dragon Warrior promotion. This was their first Final Fantasy. This was their first foray into it.
People were finally the right age to want to play a game with reading in it.
Yeah.
And even if you weren't into the reading portion of it, it had eye candy. I mean, as much as we look at the graphics now and go, oh my god, that's horrible. At the time, they were remarkably good.
Tifa's boobs wiggle in the final scene.
Yep. So you might not necessarily be drawn to it because it's an RPG or because you really want to grind through like 90-some levels, but you want to see the cutscenes and you want to experience the story, so you pick it up and go, oh, I understand how these games work now.
The music was gorgeous. They were able to do CD quality music in a Final Fantasy game, and Uematsu-san.
It's still MIDI like the SNES is.
But it's not the same chip.
No, but it's still sampled. It's not video game music. And it's not.
Well, it's not like orchestra of it, right?
No, but it's got a lot more capability than what they had in the Super Nintendo.
Right, they weren't pulling it off.
I have to say, I don't think the quality of the music got me on this one. As I didn't think it was that much better than Super NES. But 19 votes, 4 guest votes, 2 host votes. I voted for it. It was the game that got me out of. I stopped playing video games for a good 2-3 years after the 32X and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, the only PSX Final Fantasy I had on there was 9.
Why are you sorry?
Because I'm an asshole. I don't know.
This game also had just little details that were great. Like they did a whole CGI cutscene for just like the subway going through the city, for no reason. It doesn't advance the plot, but it's a nice little thing.
The depth, the size of Midgar, and the fact that you get out of Midgar and it's like, oh shit, there's a world.
Kind of annoyed at how big it was and how much you couldn't explore.
Right.
Yeah. Although it does a good job of hinting at how big it is. Like
that's because you're contrary.
I don't feel annoyed
I still
at
voted
that.
for it. Damn it.
And I love when the pre-rendered scene turns into a cutscene. Like when you go up to the golden saucer, that's really I don't know how
one thing I really hate that it brought in the trend that every single PlayStation game had to have a pre-rendered thing in it. Like even the goddamn demo discs had pre-rendered movies before the demo started in. It got ridiculous.
So was this game too good? Was this game just too big? Like, this is the PlayStation being bigger than Jesus, and then all of a sudden there's a fallout from it. Nothing's as good as.
But there was things that it didn't do better than 3.
The pre-rendered thing.
It had fewer characters. It had fewer.
But they did that with they couldn't do the pre-rendered. They had cutscenes in 3.
But the
pre-rendered thing,
the pre-rendered thing wasn't that. Final Fantasy didn't bring that in. They were doing that garbage on the 3DO and the CDI. That was 3D trying to.
But this is when they marketed. This is when they marketed pre-rendered cutscenes.
But I'm thinking pre-rendered is. I'm talking about the backgrounds when I say pre-rendered.
You're right.
Yeah, the backgrounds were
I'm talking
the cutscenes. Yeah,
like
the computer-generated cutscenes.
Because like the horrible 3DO digital disc sampler. Like it's like you're walking into this beautiful museum, air quotes, and it's like you walk in the museum, the doors open, it looks god awful, terrible, and then it's like the videos you watch, the demo you play or whatever, are like in like terrible rendered frames on the wall, and then you it's like a Myst style to move around. I mean, but even Myst did some of that too to an extent. Yeah. So I mean, it's I can't say that that's a Final Fantasy thing. I think that's just.
In my narrative, it popularized it, but you could probably find examples before that. But this was the one that got everybody thinking that way.
So you were asking if it's what was your question about?
Is this bigger than Jesus?
the reason it's so high is because so many people played it as their first RPG.
It's one of those stay up all night to play games.
So everybody played it too. I mean, it's just because it's popular. That's why
everybody
it's
had the
everybody has good
had the
memories of it. I do too.
And the versus guide was awesome.
Oh my god, yeah. I still have it. Yeah.
Man, the Versus guide is wonderful. The actual Squaresoft guide can go suck a dick, because that was the one that actually, I had the guide, and it's like, oh, and by the way, you better de-equip this character, because they're gonna die. Like, really?
Yeah, that one...
Fuck you guys. I still cry.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. Hopefully this works. NES is a little,
Oh, it's NES then.
Yeah, obviously.
It's on the NES.
Oh, fucking blue screen.
Oh, no.
But here's the trick. You don't turn it off. And blow in the cartridge time.
Why are you not using a top loader?
This is obviously going to be Fax Xanadu.
Xanadu.
I should have played that, but-
Xanadu. Hey, it's Super Mario Brothers. I win.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yay.
Reading. Here, let's let Tori play this one.
God. I would have been better off at Duck Hunt.
Got enough slack there.
Pathetic.
So, hands up. Who? Everybody played this one in the day. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whose parents played this in the day?
My mom didn't. My mom was a Dr. Mario.
My parents didn't
Yeah, I'm
touch
a waiter.
the Nintendo at all. Like as soon as there were two buttons instead of one. I mean, even the 7800 they didn't touch.
I played this for many hours before I realized you could. Actually, many days before I realized you should press the B button. And you can't get very far. You can get past the second level, I think, without pressing the B button.
Yeah, my family never had Nintendo products until the N64. So
Wow.
Oh, shit.
it was always
Was that like an anti-Japanese thing?
I don't know. We just never got a Nintendo.
Everybody laughed,
Sony?
but that was true back in the
We
late
started-
80s.
Yeah.
No
We had a-
Sony and no Nintendo.
We had
Yeah.
a Commodore 64 for a while, and that
Oh.
Genesis came
Yep,
out.
yep.
Did you
That's
have
right.
Gianna Sisters?
No, we did not.
Okay, Gianna Sisters was a take on this.
Oh,
But-
and then you become small when you get hit. And
Yeah.
you Fire Mario, and you take a hit and you become small.
I remember there was a Game Informer article, which is saying something because it's a Game Informer article, but it was about the biggest
Yeah, that's about
Pass the bread.
mysteries, like biggest crazy blow your mind moments in all of video games. And number one was that hidden one-up block in the first level of this game, because oh my god, if you jump randomly there might possibly be something hidden in a block. Like, really? Bullshit. Like, that is not blow your minds.
So can anybody here attempt the Minus World? I've actually never seen it
My
be done.
Yeah,
dad
I've done
could do
it.
it.
Okay, let's try it.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Can you do it?
I'm not
Do you have
quite
to be
sure.
big,
Talk about
Mario?
it.
Let's see.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh no, I can't do it.
Oh,
I've
you
never
can't.
done it.
Okay, Chris.
I've never seen it.
I'll try
Minus
it.
Worlds.
How do you do it?
Yay! Fireworks.
Was that on purpose?
Padoo,
I tried to do it.
You tried to do? Was that the fireworks on purpose?
Oh,
No,
sorry.
that
No,
was
I
that was
said-
Brad
just an
making me
accident.
look like a total jackass.
Does anybody else
I
think the
suck
clouds
at
have
this
buttons?
game.
Okay.
I like video games, but I really suck.
Chris can beat this in like no time. It's disturbing.
Brad can't. Brad does the speed runs, and it just.
Oh golly.
It's just.
My mom had no interest in video games whatsoever, so this was the first video game I ever owned.
This was the.
It was very
It came with
exciting.
our NES.
Yeah, anytime that I got to play with the NES, it was usually like short spurts over at a friend's house or
Oh.
somebody staying for the weekend, so we got to play a little bit of the Nintendo.
This was the only video game system short of an Atari that I ever owned.
My best friend across the street had it, and then my idiot brother, we got it for Christmas one year. So we got the pack-in, and my idiot brother started playing video games at like 1.5. As soon as he figured out that you could see how sick this is.
Yeah.
This is wrong.
How good he's playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he figured out that hit button do something on screen, he started playing video games, and he beat this at a very early age. But this, I think it's been, the nostalgic nature of this is being diluted.
Not at all. They played like baseball games of. Like the Cleveland Indians will play like the coin sound effect when they score a run.
Yeah.
Alright, this will be fun to watch.
I thought you were supposed to ride the little thingy up.
Nope.
No.
He's trying for the negative.
Yeah.
Oh.
So how do you do this?
Yeah, you basically pixel lock into the corner and it like gets you back there.
You break the game.
Yeah.
My dad could do
It's
it.
very, very hard to do.
Yeah, I watched my dad do it
I've
more
never
than
seen
once.
this.
It was, I mean, that was neat. It was back when my dad was. There you go.
Oh no! Oh, and I. Oh.
Alright, should I do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to now.
You can die.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to now.
You can just wait for it to.
I've never been able to do the minus. That's why I wasn't even going to try.
I was able to do it ages ago. I haven't played.
Do you think
this
when they
in
made
years.
Mario Brothers that they knew that Mario was going to go in the pipes at some point? Like, did they set up this game with Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the original, there were the pipes, but he didn't go in them. It was just the enemies came out of them, and I don't know. It just
I thought that was how you wrap around the screen.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
couldn't you go in the?
You physically did not go in the pipes. The enemies came out of you.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But it might have been implied.
But they were lucky to have the assets that they had from Mario Brothers.
No,
and
no.
That they worked
Death
so
times.
well in a platformer like this.
I love how when you have the fire flower and you run out of time, like you turn small, but you still have the fire flower like sprite.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember the Nintendo cereal system?
Yes.
Do you remember the fact that it was 2 bags of cereal in one box? And if you opened both bags, it was a total bitch to eat. Because the box would all balloon out.
No, we never got to have cereal like that.
What?
We weren't allowed to have like that kind of cereal with all these Cheerios.
So I always, kind of thought that the jumping was, I played Mario 2 and 3 around the same time I played this one, and thought the jumping was janky in this, but it's a huge improvement on any other game that had jumping before this one.
Oh,
Almost.
almost.
It's interesting how much this has become part of our culture. When people think video games, like when people hear this, like people that have never played video games before, they know the Super Mario Brothers music because it's so indicative of
Walk into any public place and start going dun 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 dun.
People think
Dun
you're
dun
crazy.
dun dun, dun, and someone will go dun 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 dun.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Yep.
It's like the nerd OHIO.
We should totally do that.
No, I'm sorry. You remind me of the Babe.
What babe?
That
Babe?
The Babe with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Voodoo.
You do.
Do what?
Remind me of the Babe. That.
That's nerd OHIO.
Yeah.
I don't know if...
Isn't this fun to watch?
Yay! This is the great thing I've ever seen.
So much fun. Now, who the fuck figured this out?
Yeah, really.
Oh,
God, almost.
Well, so the thing with this
Okay,
was
so-
it wasn't just kids. It was also like adults played this and drunken frat guys played this. And
Honestly, this one I could see pretty easily figuring out because how many people would have missed the because you couldn't
The
go
warp
backwards
zone.
in this one. Yeah, so like if you miss the warp, it's like okay, maybe I can just try to jump up it and then like keep
You
trying
make a lucky
over and
jump.
over again. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then just happen to float
jump
through it.
and hold down at the same time and then phase through the pipe.
Yeah, it's like you have to get the scroll to work at the same time. That way it moves the sprite into...
I think you're boned, yo.
Oh,
Will he do
you
it?
only got 30 seconds left.
It's not actually, yeah.
Milliseconds?
That's
Well, yeah.
Mario seconds.
Alright. Fail.
Itchy and scratchy seconds.
Take a crap. Yeah, no, I swear, I thought you're supposed to squat while you're jumping, and
I had it, but it's not
That's the beauty of Nintendo. We still are arguing over
How to do the minus
mystic
world.
movements that we need to make.
So who beat the game though? Because it's pretty tough.
I beat it on on DS
I
or
watched-
on Game Boy
beat it-
Color. Actually, I never beat it on Nintendo. I don't think.
I watched my
I haven't.
best friend's stepdad and then my idiot brother beat it.
I beat it and then went back and beat it without warping at all.
Yeah, that's
that
the true
was
test.
that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Same with like Mario 3. It's like you warp in the beginning just to get through it, then it's like okay, let's just go through every
That takes
single
forever,
level.
too.
I think
Yeah.
the first time I beat it, I didn't warp because I was
Didn't
dumb
know
and
or
didn't know
didn't-
about
Well,
it.
it's hard to get some of the warp whistles in that. Most of them in Warp 3 in Mario 3.
What number are we on now?
I think the
this will be
deuce.
Whoa.
3?
Yeah. By the way, in case you're keeping score, 21 votes, so a big jump from 19 from Final Fantasy VII. 4 guest votes, 1 host vote. I was the host that voted for this because we bought an NES because of that game, and so did millions of other people, and video games came back because of that. So if it weren't for Super Mario Brothers, there would be no video games.
Well, that's what I was saying when
We
you
would
guys
all
were
be
talking
dead.
about that other Mario game earlier. I like Super Mario Brothers. Like I've never beat it, and but you just pick it up and play it. Like,
It's just fun.
I mean,
it's just
Super
fun.
Mario Brothers really laid the groundwork for modern platformers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mario
look at
Bros.
that.
3.
How about that?
Oh, I'm sorry, the wizard.
It worked.
Hey.
Yeah.
Mario Brothers 3.
No, I don't hate Mario 3.
Super Mario Brothers.
I do enjoy the little raccoon suit.
Yeah, California Tanuki. Oh my god, the Tanuki suit is the greatest thing ever. No, Grebo shoot. Whee!
Becky, are you excited
Siobhan
about
hasn't played a game
Yeah.
yet here.
Have you seen the cat suit
Yeah.
God.
that Mario wears in the new Mario
I think this'll
3D
fit.
World?
It's long. I have the cable extensions.
It
I was
even has like
prepared.
a shadow of a cat suit instead of a Tanuki. Yeah.
Was Mario the first cosplayer? Oh, I'm just kidding.
First furry.
He was the first furry.
No, it's disturbing. He's actually like skinning a raccoon and like wearing its flesh.
Yeah, okay, PETA.
So what's funny about this is when this came out, I had actually already played Mario 3 because one of our neighbors, they were Japanese. They had the Famicoms. We
It
would
came
like,
out almost a year and a half before the American version.
yeah, no, it did. It was way earlier. So we had like played through. We had beaten it. It's like, you know, it was old news by the time the movie came out, which was funny because we didn't know they were doing the reveal in the movie, and so like. You know, when they did it, like it's like, oh, it's Mario 3, and all the other kids are like freaking out.
So you knew how to get you knew to get the star then, right?
Yeah.
Get
we were
the
like,
star.
we're like, get the whistle. Like, I mean, it's like,
how does he know how to do that?
He played the
Played it for
Japanese
first
version.
time. I guess.
Yeah.
I think one of the main reasons why a lot of people like 3 so much, though, is because it was so much better than 2. You had the pain of 2, and then you move into 3, which kind of comes back to the original one in ways, but also includes some of the improvements that they brought in from 2.
The sprites were more fleshed out. Like, it was more cartoony. I did like the fact that, you know...
You could go backwards.
You could go backwards.
Yeah, that was
backwards.
The only thing I was good at was the... I liked the end ship. And then I liked the toad houses. Pick your butt. Its contents
I
will
almost
help
wish
you
the levels
along your
were
way.
longer now. I'm thinking of it now. I don't know. I don't really have any criticism.
I love
for this game,
Giant
though.
Land. Oh my god, Giant Land is so awesome.
Giant Land is the bomb.
That's the best Mario
Yeah.
game level ever.
That was the one level that kind of blew my mind. Like every other level, it's like, oh, okay, it's the ice level, it's the lava
It's the
level.
obligatory blah blah
Right.
level, and this one's like,
And then
oh,
it's like, hey, you're really small, and these sprites are gigantic. Hey, this Goomba is coming for you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That was so exciting seeing that for the first time.
And you love the hip hop remix in 1990 of
Yeah.
This is what we would rap to if we were 90s rappers.
Yes. This is the peak of the NES. This was the best game that, or like, you know, the best graphics and popularity. And after this, it went all 16-bit and divided. And I love when you pick up the star. If you can do the
super jump.
You could do the screw attack from Metroid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bitchin', you got 2 stars. You know how to do it then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the 45.
Remember
Yeah,
to get the
45
treasure ship.
yeah.
Nobody? Anybody?
Huh?
Bueller? Treasure ship?
I love
You
the
have to
treasure
get, like,
ships.
an odd number. Wait, there's a couple.
There's
things
coins. You have to get
do.
like a
You have to
specific
have- you have
number
to
of
have,
coins.
Divide
by
a number
7.
by 11, so it's 11, 22, 33, and then your tens digit has to be the same digit as your coins.
Really? I never knew that.
Well, I had the guide.
Yeah.
Everybody at Nintendo Power, the guide knew that.
Yeah.
Unlike
the road map, Road Atlas or whatever it was.
yeah,
called?
No, there was actually a Super Mario Brothers 3 guide that
Nintendo
came
Power-
out as a just a regular issue.
I feel like this level, if you get all the coins, you get a ship too. Maybe that's just
yeah, like a white mushroom house.
Okay.
But you have to.
It's really hard.
Well, yeah, you have to have already been able to fly at this point.
My best friends in 6th and 7th grade she called in to Star 64 and she won the NES and the challenge. She won the challenge set when it was the NES and this, and it was the not for resale version of this. And it's really neat because she introduced her son to these, and you know it's her son, and her son loves them. Just he has fun playing them just like his mom did.
And I mean, they had the forced scrolling levels here,
Hate
which
forced
is like
scrolling
well, I know,
levels.
but that's like a completely new dynamic.
Yeah, it was challenging.
Look at that. You get 3 stars, 3 stars. Oh no!
Oh,
no!
I'll never get those lives back.
But top 10 worthy, obviously.
Oh shit!
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. It makes me happy that there's 3 Mario games in the top 10.
Three Mario games in the top 6.
It's the top 6.
24 votes over 21 votes, so
Wow.
big jump again.
Who voted for this?
7
We have,
guest votes, 1 host vote.
Host vote?
Who's the host vote?
Yeah.
Probably Steve.
Yeah, if all 3 of us asked who the host vote was, it was probably you.
It might have been me. I don't know.
Alrighty. The deuce.
The deuce.
I know what this is
Doesn't
already.
make it sound good.
The
Well,
first
that's
loser.
what you get for not being a winner. Yeah.
Hopefully this works again.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
that's not
I
Sprite
remember
Storm?
this game.
Is it
Yeah.
Sprite Storm?
I played that game a lot.
You blow the fucker
Blown
out
Nintendo
again.
Cartridge.
You can tell it's an NES because you have to blow in the cart.
Or, Q-tip and rubbing alcohol.
I did that before.
You know what it is.
Oh, shit.
It's an NES game.
I have my suspicions.
Oh.
Especially based on those.
Was that cartridge gold, good sir?
Yep.
Hey, Legend of Zelda.
Name that game.
I used
Oh,
to play this at Sears, but it would only be for 5 minutes at a time.
oh man.
Well, excuse
Time out
me,
on the
princess.
One of those selector systems that
Oh,
held
yep.
like 12 games.
Yeah.
All right, who's up in this?
I guess I have
Brad,
it.
go
Alright,
for it.
I'll go for it.
Don't get the sword. Play it without the sword. No.
No, what? No. Fuck.
Do you have everything memorized?
I haven't played this one in quite a while.
I
I
Okay.
remember a lot.
Let's
of
let
it.
Chris do it then.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris hasn't played one yet, has he?
Hold on.
No, he hasn't.
It was interesting because this was not in my best friend's NES collection when I was growing up. So,
looks deformed when he gets
got
that
to
sword.
see the ending. I got to see it get played through for the first time by Tatton a couple years ago.
This,
It was very cool.
you could not beat this game having your hand held like in Zelda 3.
No, they gave you no direction at all. In
The,
this, and
the,
I love
the,
that.
The clues were completely cryptic. There was no internet. Friends might have helped you on some things,
The best thing to know about this game is there's one secret on every. Well,
at least.
1 or 0. No, because for burn, if you have to burn the shrubs and stuff or the gravestones,
There's some
there's
things.
only one thing in each
In each
for that.
screen.
So you can kind of eliminate screens you've already been to
Weirdly,
or found something in.
I got this game in Christmas of '88, so it had been out for a while, but I didn't have the guide for it. But the first issue of Nintendo Power had a guide to the second quest. So I'd used some of the things on there
Zelda.
that were on both quests, but a lot of the stuff wasn't on the first quest, so I had to figure a first quest basically by myself.
The kids I babysat had this. They had
Keys.
Duck Hunt Mario. They had a Bomberman, and they had this. And I just remember them trying to play it, and of course, we had no books, and they were little kids, and it never really got it far at
No.
all with this because they
Which
didn't
one
have
has
the patience and
Key.
I wasn't really a gamer. I mean, pretty much the only thing I had played was
I don't
Mario
think the dumb
and Duck
I don't think
Hunt,
dumb
so-
kids could have played this very much. Sorry.
well, no, I mean,
Fuck you, dumb kids.
No, it kind of is.
Is this the only
If
Zelda
you
game you can
played
play the
this, you
dungeons
weren't
out of
dumb.
order? too. Like you can
Oh
go
yeah,
in.
yeah. That's what I don't like about the modern Zeldas, or even the not so modern Zeldas. You're all handheld.
I think maybe in
one
Link to the
path.
Past you can go into one of the dungeons out of order, but
But
can't
you can
really
even
do much.
skip dungeons in this one.
Well,
Right.
I just wasn't interested enough in it to take the time to figure it out. And then they were little, and so they weren't.
You pause it
able
just
to
right when you have the
figure
clock
it
again
out.
turns into Santa Claus.
So, Chris, which dungeons can you skip in this? Because I know, I mean, you can just go and pick up what the arrows, or the bow, the ladder. Do you need the boom? You don't need the boomerang, do you?
You don't need the boomerang. You need the raft and the ladder.
Yeah, you
need the raft.
Yeah.
Really, I think that's it.
Yeah, that must have taken hours to figure out.
Noises.
To move the stone.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
That's just says that's where the
That the
boss is.
eastmost peninsula is the secret.
The secret of what?
Nothing. That's just,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's neat, but
I love how these
it's
guys
too
move on
vague
the
for
squares.
me. I'm a JRPG-ish more, and it also requires people to be able to mash buttons and do well. So, like, I could...
the action on this is so awesome. Like, even if you're not if you were a quote-unquote dumb kid or me for the first 4 months I played it, just going around killing enemies was so much fun.
It was.
Are we offending our dumb kid listeners?
The big thing...
And everything
No,
you
they're
do
too
in this
dumb.
game...
All of our listeners are brilliant and smart and educated.
And they voted for this game at number 2 of all time, so...
Everything you do in this game is like a discovery, too. Like...
I absolutely love this game, but
Are you gonna blow up?
Didn't ever really get anywhere because I have a terrible memory, so I could never remember where I had already been or what I had already done. So I just ran around in circles for hours.
Why is it beeping like that?
Because he's gonna die.
Yeah, this is the first game that I played where I actually had to start mapping stuff out whenever I would go.
Oh, graph paper.
Yeah, I had some graph paper for sure.
And then you find out that one of them is a swastika.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
But that's like a Buddha symbol. That's
yeah, it's a I forget what it's called.
Is it turned the other way?
Iron Cross.
Yes,
if
it
it's
is.
turned the other way, then
It is
it's
turned the other
not,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is why we bought a Nintendo. Like, I got a Nintendo for my birthday specifically for Zelda, and Super Mario Brothers was just kind of like the gravy that I got with it.
I would always be upset whenever we got a Nintendo in the house and they would not have Legend of Zelda.
How can you resist that gold cartridge?
That's the game save was brilliant.
Yeah, you didn't have to do the password.
When we do our Killer App series, there's a lot of other systems that had their own version of an overhead adventure game. It wasn't quite as good as Zelda, but it's amazing how many clones there are of this, and yet we don't see any like this now. Like you were talking about that
You're trying to do
Legend,
the save?
that game that just came out, but there's more roguelikes now than there are Zelda likes or Zelda clones. It's weird.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
So here we go, the big drama. With half a heart, can you beat the dragon? I'm not going to use its freaking...
There's a heart.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
you did.
And this okay, we'll wait for it.
I love
in the
this
next...
music.
It's awesome.
Yeah, this was a game that...
And the bosses have no preamble. You just walk in,
And
they're
that
there.
sound with the that sample.
Oh god, those hands.
hands,
Fuck
yeah.
those hands.
What are they called? The wall...
Wall Masters.
Wallman? Suck it! Nice.
Drama, will he do it?
Suck it again!
Hey!
2 bombs!
Hey, 2 bombs. Dead. DED
Triangle.
dead.
Mystic triangle of flashiness and blinkies. And cool lights.
Blinking clown hat.
This is totally what I did at the end of school every day for my entire 8th grade year.
Yeah, and so
You really have a sense of accomplishment doing
who
anything.
watched the cartoon and hoped it would be anything like this?
I like the cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon was good compared to the Mario cartoon.
Which is
Oh
true.
my
And it was like a
gosh.
treat at the end of the week.
It was.
Like,
I didn't like the characterization of Link. I thought he was a total jackass.
Excuse
It was.
me,
It fit in the time.
But
Yeah.
I don't know that they needed to do that. I wanted to
But
see
it had like the music. I don't know. It was enough like the game. Like it
the
reminded
music
you
was
of the
neat.
game. Yeah.
Ganon was a little creepy. He had his
But
teleportation.
surprised it was the highest voted Zelda game, and no Ocarina of Time, and no Link to the Past, and
No, see, we've got
That
smart.
makes me happy.
We've got smart listeners.
yeah.
But
Thank
no
you.
Link's
No dumb
Awakening,
kids.
No Link's Awakening though.
Yeah,
No,
and-
when
You know what?
Waker-
I feel bad because I didn't vote for Link's Awakening,
I don't
so I
think it
kind
would've
of
made it.
sabotaged it.
Even with both of our votes, I think it would have been it.
Well, I might call
Yeah.
that one a hidden gem then.
Oh, foreshadowing. And you gotta love the candle.
I'm
when you pick it
sorry,
up
I'm
and
not the
burning
one who
stuff.
played Aerith's death scene.
So you were the one who's
Oh, that
about
was
to beat
good.
Lavos.
Chris's emo side.
Wait, did I tell you how to beat Lavos?
No, I said you were about to.
I didn't beat Lavos though.
No, you weren't even.
I wasn't even
Good
close.
10 minutes.
He had no arms.
Yeah, that
wasn't-
was the first. That was the first form. And I had a shitty party. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah, that was
Frog and Ayla's.
Well, we're in a shitty party right now. We're talking about.
Superman.
Well, we ready for number one?
I like the Zelda cereal too. I don't know if that was mentioned yet.
I think I know what number one is.
Do we have any dramatic music? I feel like there needs to be more dramatic music for number 1.
Oh, by the way,
Number one has
25
dramatic
votes
music.
for Zelda versus 24 for Mario 3.
She's a bitch.
8 guest votes,
Bitch.
2 host votes.
She's a bitch.
Only 2 host votes?
Yes,
Who was the other one?
I
That
believe
was
your
I did
mom.
one.
It's probably
My mom.
Chris and Tatton.
Were you the other one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
so.
Did you just set off a bomb in the dungeon character?
She's a
You're
bitch.
about to be switched off. Hold reset while
You're an
switching-
ogre. It's an ogre.
No, those are moblins.
They're ogres.
They're bulldogs.
I don't like things.
You can turn it off, man.
Okay.
I'm good. Whatever.
Did you hit reset?
I did.
Okay, because that'll.
I think it's going to be the same
In fact, when I
controller.
turned this on this morning, the game
Was it-
saves are all gone.
Isn't that just a myth?
No,
Oh,
it
it's
is.
not?
It
Oh,
is
no, they have to
not
hold
a
reset.
myth.
Yeah.
Yes. I never held in reset when I turned it off.
You lucky bastard!
And I've
You
had
didn't
Super
lose your
Nintendo
stuff.
ones. If you switch on and off too rapidly, Super Nintendo games will.
I've had that
lose your
happen
save.
Every
too.
single time you save in Final Fantasy 1, they tell you to hold down reset when you're powering off.
Yeah, and if you
Wow. It says
don't,
on the
I've
back of the
lost.
card,
I've
too.
lost a couple of them where it's been one of those. Well, okay, so Final Fantasy VII got all the way to the final save point, and you can drop it right before you walk into the final boss's thing. I used a third-party memory card, and it ate my save game.
Again, how do we get to Final Fantasy
I
talk
cried.
again?
Here, I'll talk about
All
Grand
roads
Theft
lead to
Auto.
Final Fantasy.
There's a place you can save in Vice City where it'll lose your save. Like, it's an actual save point, legitimate save point, but if you save there, you'll lose your game.
On purpose or a bug?
It's a bug.
Okay.
But every time. And
Bug in GTA? No.
Oh, no. But that's a pretty bad one, though.
That's
happened to me.
If that was on purpose, that would be like a really just dick move by
That's like a
the
Hideo
designers.
Kojima move.
So
there.
wait a minute,
It is
what are you
GTA.
playing this
This
on?
is true.
All right, number one. Hopefully this boots up without drama. Blue screen. All right.
Drama. What are you
Well,
playing?
we know what
this
system it's on. Then.
on? No, we don't.
It's all still a mystery.
No, we don't.
We do if it doesn't boot.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
This got more.
Who voted for what, and how did this get number one for the NES?
Are you being this phony manufactured drama? Are you pro wrestling us?
So wait a minute. So how many people voted for Tetris for the Game Boy?
Let's start this off here.
Okay, let's talk about it first, and then we'll argue it.
Yeah.
Tetris.
Is this why Tatton's wearing his argy
It's our
pants?
number one game of all time, voted
why
by listeners
Wait,
and people on Facebook.
Are you on
and
a
people
different
in forums.
controller? This controller isn't working.
I'm sorry, my
awesomeness is never mind. I wasn't pushing hard enough.
That's what she said.
Dramatic music.
So yeah, so Tetris is number one.
Tetris is number one. I can
Tetris as a whole?
Tetris as a
This
whole.
is-
This is the one game in the top 10 we combined. And
I'm gonna
spent a
put the
good half an hour
microphone down.
arguing.
Rigged!
Gotta drop the mic and walk out, Becky.
I don't think the start button's very good on this.
You were there for this discussion.
I was there for this discussion.
My awesomeness
That's
has
why it was a
destroyed
half
the
an hour
controller.
argument, because she was there for the discussion.
Right now.
Becky,
hold
if it
on.
makes you feel any better, I really love it on Game Boy also.
Game Boy's the best version. Bitches love Game Boy. I'm sorry. I'm not calling you a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
I
can
have
call
the
me a
breakdown.
bitch all day long.
The total breakdown, 26 total votes, 26 different people, because one particular guest, Mr. Ben Mullen, voted for Tetris, 3 different versions.
But the ballots are secret, except for that. No.
But we only counted one vote on that because it's one person per vote. 14 votes for the NES, 7 for the Game Boy. So that's a good 2-to-1 ratio.
Wait a minute.
And
Hold on a second.
1 for
Wait.
DS, 1 for
Hold on.
Tengen, 1 for Grandmaster 3.
Hold on.
What?
Did you, if somebody said Tetris, did you immediately throw them in the Nintendo camp or the Game Boy camp?
PC. Only 2 people did that.
Why would you throw them in a PC
That was the
camp?
original.
We always did the first one. If someone didn't say specifically what version they did, we always put them in
But
the, whatever.
that's not. But
No, how many Americans
'Cause
played
I
the
think I
PC
just
version
put,
before they
because
played?
I just put
The
Tetris.
PC version was featured in Office Space, thank you very much.
But, okay, but here's the thing.
When? What
When-
year
when-
did that come out?
The PC version? Before the Nintendo.
But here's the thing. I just put Tetris. And I've never played it on the PC.
Which version
This
did you
is
play?
what I was talking about.
Okay.
This one. I've
Okay.
never played it on Game Boy either. This is Tetris. This is Tetris. For me.
Oh,
So
man.
you would have counted my vote wrong. Like, you can't just assume...
But if we
Anyway,
have nothing
we
to
went
vote for
through all
cards.
this.
Okay,
Yeah, we argued
so-
half an hour, and we're obviously not
Once
getting
upon a
over it.
time, many years ago, my best friend had a Game Boy. She got a Game Boy, and my other best friend was incredibly... I had 2 besties. My other best friend was incredibly jealous of the fact that she had a Game Boy. So I went ahead and took the Game Boy box, took styrofoam, wrapped it in paper, drew a Game Boy on it, put rocks in the box, and told my other friend that I had gotten a Game Boy, and he opened it up, and it was heavy, and it wasn't a Game Boy. Because we
You
were
didn't
dicks.
prank him, you just kind of pranked yourself, too. You're like,
But
I got a
so,
Game Boy. No, you didn't.
so no,
So
I
if you
didn't.
got a bunch of rocks in a row, did it disappear and flash?
So, what ended up happening was my one friend had a flood in her basement, and the insurance company counted the Game Boy as one of the damaged items. it wasn't. So I ended up getting her old Game Boy because she had gotten a second one. So we got to play 2-player Tetris. We got the connection cable.
But that's saying that the NES version seems to be the most popular among the versions.
The thing that was exciting, because I played it on Game Boy before I played it on regular Nintendo, was that it was suddenly in color when you got to the different levels, and that was really exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I will say...
only on level 1 and nearly...
Yeah, it happens.
So I'm going to say...
I'm no pinballing.
So, the one on Game Boy was a pack-in. It was a reason a lot of people got their Game Boys.
It's definitely, it was killer app, absolutely. I voted for the Game Boy one.
So,
I can see why the Nintendo one is more popular.
But if you go ahead and take it, how many votes did Legend of Zelda as a game just for Legend of Zelda? How many votes did Legend of Zelda get?
25.
Okay, and Tetris as a whole was combined together.
Got 26.
Yeah,
if they had tied, then Zelda would have been in front. When we combined games, it got pushed to the back.
Yeah, this was the big... I mean, we argued about this for hours.
Yeah,
well, and I remember part of the reason why we combined was because if we didn't combine, didn't it not even make it into the top 10?
It would have been... It had 14 for the NES, so that would have tied it with Sonic. So it would have still been top 10.
Right, and so we felt that this deserved to be better than 10.
Well, they would have been here twice. We would have been talking about Tetris twice.
Well, but...
Well, and realistically, I mean, they really are the
same
game.
Same time. They have the same artwork.
It's the same game.
And it's the same game. There's no new narrative.
It's just one is in black and white and on a handheld, and one is on a console and it's in color.
But there were multiple NES releases of Tetris. There was the Tengen
version. Which was multiplayer. The original NES version by Nintendo was not multiplayer.
And there's a vote for the DS version. There's a vote for...
The DS version's lovely.
Yeah. But, I mean, does everybody think it shouldn't be on the list?
No, it should totally be on the list.
It should definitely be on the list.
I think it should be number one.
The only thing that I feel bad about is I feel bad
that... Mike Lawrence, previous episode.
I feel bad that the number 2 game on the list was the highest single voted game,
right?
But it didn't get the first one because we combined. That's the only thing that I feel bad about. Is I feel like Zelda got robbed. They got Nick Patrick counted.
I think the thing about the list is that there are games on here that I'm like, I don't like that game, like Final Fantasy. I don't like that game, but I can respect it as a game that means something to the legacy of video games. And I think that's the same thing with Tetris. And I'm not entirely angry or depressed that it's top, because it got a lot of people into gaming. It, if you start playing that theme song, in a mall randomly, you're going to get more people singing along with you than you would probably the Mario theme.
And you've also got to add in some respect for the fact that new iterations of it are coming out. It's not like they're re-releasing games. No, they're getting new ones out there still.
Yeah, and it's a big influence on a lot of other games like Puyo Puyo and Bust-A-Move and really any other kind of falling block style game, whether it be falling block or falling blob style game, it has some sort of root with this.
Innovative puzzles.
Is my mom played Tetris, everybody's moms or grandmas, or whatever. Everybody played. I mean, everybody at some point has played Tetris. And plus the backstory behind it. This poor Russian guy. It's just awesome.
Well, and this is something too that's it's in pop culture too. There are so many Tetris references in so many shows, movies. I mean, you see anybody packing the back of a station wagon, and automatically you think Tetris.
They did it on The Simpsons with the authentic music.
And the shapes, too.
With the authentic Game Boy music.
Yep.
Well, and even in fashion design and home design, they talk about it all the time. Interior designers make things that are based off of Tetris all the time because of how much it's part of pop culture.
Tetris is one of the games that features in the Museum of Modern Art. The PC version, at least.
And there was an awesome movie about it.
And he was on our show. And we're going to Portland next month, and we're going to
be in the Tetris
World
Championship
Tournament and get our ass kicked.
Maybe I'll actually turn in my score this time.
Yeah. What's your highest all-time scores?
I have no idea.
I can't do dick because my depth perception sucks.
Tatton has no excuse. This is not a color-intensive game.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I did great
This,
at this game, and my color's not great either.
This might be my best score.
I was going to say, this is probably about where I usually get with Tetris. I've never really
Maybe we'll
been
have a
very good
mini
at that.
competition after we turn off the mics.
Maybe I'm somehow still playing.
My depth perception is so shitty. So it's fun. It's my friend would always hand my ass to me. I liked the one on the Game Boy because when you did the multiplayer on it, it would be Mario and Luigi against each other, and Mario or Luigi would cry if you lost, and Luigi would always cry because I would be Luigi.
The Tetris sound on Game Boy is weird, like a sheep or something. It's like
yes.
The same sound in Super Mario Land when you like hit the boss character.
Yes. I like the
dragon sound from the pinball machine.
Bow.
Well, I'm super bad at this because
it's over.
the dreaded stack.
It's Soviet Russia, Tetris.
Oh, wait a second.
Blind you.
Wait. Oh,
Music's
can you
slow
come
again.
behind?
But I don't think you can handle these blazing level 8 speeds.
Yeah, Ben Mullen, I am not.
Well, few people are.
Ben Mullen is Ben Mullen.
Yes.
However,
what is this? Oh, no.
I am not giving up.
Oh, hey.
Never gonna give you...
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey.
Yeah,
So do you like it when we tell you where to flip pieces? Is that gonna help you or hurt you?
No.
You had a Tetris
You
open.
had a Tetris, honey pumpkin.
You
got another. Do it.
Yay! Level 10.
Except you knew that was going to make this happen.
Is it terrible that I'm judging the colors of this, like the color palettes that it goes into, to what Transformer, like Generation 1 Transformer color goes along with?
This is that, like, never mind. That, like, boat-looking guy.
I think this is Soundwave.
I was going to say Twin Twist or Topspin.
Look at you. You're even playing at an angle. Like, you're at an angle.
That's embarrassing. Silence on a podcast. Playing
Tatton's got the eye of the tiger. Yeah.
Quality audio.
Oh, there it goes. That's it. Once you hit the 3 drop blocks, you know you're
108 lines.
Hey,
you got the rocket ship.
74,965.
rocket. Good job.
That is probably the best score I've ever had.
Really? Wow.
Do you want us to write it down for you, Tatton?
Should we take a photo? It's committed to the annals.
It's immortalized in our podcast.
Do we want to take a picture and put it on the page because Tatton?
Yeah. So during those moments of silence, that was actually Tatton singing "Eye of the Tiger," but we couldn't include that just because of copyright and
Never
stuff
mind
like
the
that.
fact that we've already copywritten the Beatles and all of these video game themes.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
your phone is tripping out. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, Brad's phone isn't
Dude.
better. How do you zoom on your phone? Oh, there it goes.
Yes, that's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, mine's just a big white screen.
Here, let's try this.
I got it.
Let's try this.
Mine's not fine.
Yeah, so pro tip, get a projector and put Tetris on it, and then try to take a picture of it with your smartphone.
Try playing it through your
got a good
smartphone.
one.
Do some acid
Put your phone back up.
You can even
and then
read
I'm going
it.
to take a video of it.
Yeah, because that was pretty trippy.
That was kind of
That was
amazing,
awesome.
actually.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I want to see this now. I wonder what mine will do.
It's not doing it.
No, it's not doing it. Wait, what?
What?
It's because you got a lot closer.
Oh, weird.
What?
My battery will die. That's what my phone will do.
Oh, that's
Weird.
snoffles.
Well, that was a...
Try it again.
There you
Cut it
go.
off now. I think we're done. Recording.
Well, no. Are we? We're not going to end it with like the thank you for listening to our top 100 wonderful 101 game countdown.
Record an outro later.
Oh.
Yes. That's true, I guess.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you're playing with podcast.
Hey listeners, this is Tatton. Just wanted to take a quick moment and let you know that there's lots of great places you can follow Now You're Playing With Podcast. We have a Facebook page set up, which is Now You're Playing With Fan Page. We have a Twitter account set up, which is NYPW Tweets.
or Now You're Playing With tweets. And, of course, all the episodes are available for download from nowyou'replayingwith.com. So we hope you enjoyed the show. If you like it, please take a moment and send us a message. Let us know what you think about it. And we hope to have some more shows coming for you soon. Until then, thanks for listening.